Check. Okay, there we go. One day we'll get this right, hey? So yeah, there we go. We got Mike Levels there. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'll turn this down. I probably too hot. There we go. Something like that. And yeah, so hopefully you guys had a good couple of weeks here. And it says still no audio. Oh, hello, TG. Okay, good. Oh, we good on the audio? Yo? Just kidding. Anyways, so yeah, we got our new artwork here for our game Bionic Smash. Sounds like David's finished some stuff in regards to, I just realized I forgot to get my watch, which I will need in an hour when I gotta take my medication, but let me get that now. I'll just disappear under the green screen. Stand by. Oh, it's like magic. It's like magic, hey? Anyways, so yeah. Super excited to get back into this because, yeah, I've been kind of itching to get back into it since we did it at the beginning of May, and now it's the end of May, so... couple of things I wanted to share with you guys today, while we're waiting for this to compile shaders. So, I've been, it's gonna be kind of a little bit of a backstory a bit, I guess, but, so yeah, a lot of you guys know, if you tuned into the stream before, that I was a 911 dispatcher for ambulance where I live. I probably will not be going back to that job. I was off for a year on stress leave, took a couple of, well, I shouldn't say a couple, I took quite a few of pretty high profile calls that kind of triggered some PTSD stuff, so, which, if Tears in the chat, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He's ex-military, ex-law enforcement, all that kind of stuff, so, yeah, so, yeah, that, I took a year off for that. There's, like, yeah, some of the calls are pretty brutal. There was one where, you know, people don't understand, too, like, when you're a 911 dispatcher taking calls, it's a lot different than being a paramedic or being somebody on scene, just because we don't really get the closure, right? So, like, when you're on scene, you're a paramedic or whatever, like, you know, you meet the patient or whatever, treat them, take them to the hospital, or, you know, if they're not, you know, passed away or whatever, then the police get involved and they take over or whatever, but like, so you get kind of closure on it, but with us taking calls and stuff, you don't get that. It's like, oh, the crew arrived, okay, cool, thanks, bye, right? So, you never find out what happens, and then, your imagination's also your worst enemy, so, yeah, there was one call specifically, there's a motorcycle doing 150 kilometers an hour, which is just under 100 miles an hour for the Americans. Car pulled out in front of him, and he went, like, through the door, like, through the metal door, and we tried to, like, pull him out and do CPR and stuff, and, he was wearing a helmet, but skin was ashen, and he was donezo, so, yeah, you're not surviving that, so, anyways, yeah, it was pretty rough, so that was one of the calls that kind of led to me booking off, but, yeah, so, anyways, in that year, I started this channel, and I'm super thankful for you guys to have, joined this community and made it what it is, so I appreciate every one of you guys, and it was just nice to have that year off and kind of build this thing up here, so, anyways, getting around to the actual good news, so yeah, I probably won't be going back to that job, so I've actually just landed a new job as a content creator for another company, so he will want me to kind of take over his content stuff. I'd say I got the job, but I haven't actually technically got the job yet. I'm doing a trial run for him, but he's like in the same city as me and stuff, so it should be pretty great. I was looking forward to that. My end goal, obviously, is to go full-time on YouTube, so I can make better videos for you guys and help support you guys as a community, so that's the ultimate goal. And then, obviously, yeah, another big information is I was just certified as an authorized Unreal Engine instructor, so congrats me, you know? Yay. Did it. So yeah, it's, the process is pretty simple, I guess. You take an exam, and then they give you some learning materials and stuff, and then you gotta make a tutorial for them, essentially, or a video for them showcasing your teaching style, and then they grade you on it. I was 2 off from being silver, 2 points off from being silver, which was a little bit of a letdown for me, but it's all good. So I got bronze, and I can just, next year I'll just reapply, and maybe I'll get silver next year. Anyways. Alright, so we got Lunar with 9. How did you learn Unreal Engine 5? I downloaded it, opened the first person template, and thought, what the fuck do I do now? Like probably a lot of people, so yeah, I just basically either trial and error, or I'll get concepts and ideas from tutorials. I generally wouldn't follow a tutorial from beginning to end. There's only one instance where I did do that. But yeah, generally speaking, I just kind of trial and error, figuring it out, doing some research, looking at the documentation, all that kind of stuff. So that's how I learned Unreal specifically. That was in 2019 I started learning, and now it's 2026. So, wow, these shaders take a long time, hey? Congrats, TG. Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it. Tier says, yes, sir, completely understand. Glad you're moving on from it, and glad you're have something else lined up. Yeah. You know, it's good to be in the public sector doing that kind of stuff, helping people out. The worst part about the job, to be fair, is actually dealing with the callers themselves, because they don't understand how things work, obviously, which is with a lot of jobs. The customer or the client or whoever the hell it is doesn't really understand how things actually work. But it's, yeah, pretty much worse than emergency dispatch land, because they see the movies, and then the movies they go, I need an ambulance. Okay, thanks, bye. And like, that's it, but way more to it, right? They think they don't have to give an address, and then we know exactly where they are and all that kind of stuff. And it's just not the case. So anyways, let's get those likes going, guys. Yeah, man, like the stream. And awesome. Yeah, give a salute to Ed, as David has in the chat here. So anyways, okay, so yeah, let's do something fun here. So, oh yeah, first of all, on YouTube specifically, can I start no, I have to do it here. Somewhere, here it is. We will start a goal, like we do every stream here. We'll say this is for 30 minutes here. And make me do so. Yeah, we have the crownometer there, which is at the bottom of the screen. And after 5 super chats of $5 or more, I'll put on my TG crown. You guys can make me do something stupid. Anything at all. That's gonna bite me in the behind, hey. All right, there we go. So, how long have you been using Unreal? Non-variable. I've been using Unreal since 2019. So, what is that? 7 years. And yeah, so there's still lots of areas of Unreal that I've not touched, to be fair, but that's fine, because it's such a huge program. There's lots of specializations for you guys to do. I'm honestly a little shocked I've not dabbled in much of the virtual reality stuff, or pardon me, the virtual production stuff, or any of the film related stuff, really, because my background's in film and television. AI boss time. Well, hopefully, if these shaders can compile anytime soon, you know. But yeah, so my favorite thing in Unreal is just to make systems. I love making systems, love making things work. It just feels super good to work at something and then get it to pay off in the end there. Oh, I got something to work in our other game that I was showing you guys last stream, Lost in Time. So created a we put processing in the level, and then I used a material which I needed some help with that, with a lot of help, to be honest, with AI. I was kind of asking it questions and getting some stuff going. Nanny, thanks a lot for the dono, appreciate it. We'll add one to the chronometer. And anyways, so 2000, nice. Wolf Rising, I love your systems, very stable. Thanks, man, that's great, it's good to hear. Usually I miss a couple things, usually after I've recorded it and uploaded the videos, and I'll go back to it in some way. I'll be like, oh shit, there's a bug that I didn't foresee, or whatever the case is. But yeah, I appreciate that, nice words. I'm not going to be able to pitch in today, but next stream I'll make sure I make up for it and think of a silly thing for you to do in the meantime. Perfect, Ed. Sounds great. But I forgot where I was going here. Yeah, so post-processing, made a material, and that material, I added a mask, and basically took the post-processing inputs, or as an input, so the whole world is color, right? And then I added this mask, and then made everything that's outside the mask gray. So the entire world now is gray, except for like one area that is kind of showing only the color, and then I attach that to my player. So anytime my player walks around, everything around the player is all full color, and then everything else around it is gray. Super cool looking material. I can show you guys that later if you want. Let's close that. There we go. Thank you for covering me today, Naughty Variable. Yeah. Wolf Rising, which system specifically are you talking about here? I actually really like my save system personally. That turned out pretty good. So, first, let me connect to revision control so we can get any of the updates here. I think I got to start diversion, the desktop apps. I'll do that. Anybody having any issues with diversion? Because I feel like it's all good now. Let's go diversion. Azura and I and Azura's kid have been playing Mario Kart the last couple days. It's been a good time. It's hard to not be competitive, but you know. All right, so there's that. Make sure that here's the issue right here. If you're having some issues, it says agent disconnected. You just got to right click start agent. That should get going, and then we'll make sure that we're starting it here, and then we'll connect to our diversion. Tier, congrats on the UE cert. That's a big time, bro. I want to eventually get that done as well. I think it's a good goal for most devs in UE. Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for the dono. The thing didn't come through, the sound effects and fun stuff, but that's fine. We'll add one to the Crownometer there, so. Alright, let's accept the settings, connect to revision control, and it was successful. Super awesome. Did you guys watch the latest video on loading data? Because I was thinking about possibly starting with that today. And yeah. Okay, let's go to level design. Nope. Where is this? I kind of screwed up the folder stuff for this, because in content, generally, you should make a folder for your game, like, so it's like content, then a folder for your game, and then, because anytime you add stuff from Fab or anything like that, it, like, adds it to the content folder, so you'd have everything inside of its own folder, but, it's kind of a little too late for that now, because it'll break a bunch of shit, but, anyways, where is our goddamn level? I'll just search for the level. Can't remember where it is. Lower sector kit, lower sector mod. Is that, yeah, we're gonna open this one. Did that come with, that probably came with something, hey, or did somebody work on that? I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't opened this, other than to add the splash screen, so I don't know anything that's been, done here, so. Reset filters. Alright, so, here we are. So, I'm just gonna play, because I'm gonna see what happens here. David said I haven't used diversion yet. Okay, copy that. So there won't be any change in here then. So I'm assuming you sent me the files in Discord or something like that, hey? BSJ, okay, I'm here now. I am here! We are here, we are here, we are here! Did anyone actually like that movie? Variant combat folder. Okay, yeah, nice. Learning the onboarding in diversion was the hardest part, but honestly well worth the learning curve because I think it might be the best source control made for UE. Yeah, I agree. I haven't used the other ones, but like everywhere on Reddit and everywhere else, everyone's saying that diversion is just king of source control. So if you guys don't have source control, you need it. You need it even for single player. Like you guys saw here for... This is the other game. Like this, I'm working on this game with Azura, obviously, but right, this is a single player game. But it's like, you know, added the building system, and then, you know, add remove pieces in the building system. It's like now that I got to commit some changes soon because I just did that material thing I was telling you guys about. But it's just like, hey, if like I added a new thing and it broke my game, I just got to revert back to this, and I don't have to start all over. I see there's a couple people in Discord. It's like, oh, I screwed this up. I got to start all over now. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, there we go. We got some materials. So yeah, last time we were here, we beat up our guy. We're getting some hitching, probably from loading. So two things I want to work on in this stream specifically. I want our robot guy to blow up, and I want him to drop some stuff. So what the fuck do we got here? Set state is frozen. Heh. Let's see what we got here. Let's open up my editor on the other screen. Trying to open up something that somebody else has. I understand this might create a conflict. Open for edit. Thank you. Alright, let's see what we got here. As enemy base. Okay, we don't set that, I guess. Cast to enemy base. What we do on begin play, though. As enemy base. How did you have no data, then? Unless... Oh, hang on. As enemy base, how does this not have data then? Did this happen? Set status for... Yeah, this was happening on pretty much every tick, so... Let's see here. Let's put a... It might be a race condition thing. Where was it? Right here? Let's put a breakpoint on there. We'll see. We'll start this video with some debugging. Our favorite, hey? And it hasn't triggered yet, so... There it goes. Okay, it's when I punch him. And this has no data in it. So how come this didn't get set? The cast must have failed then. Okay. I wonder if it's not the right controller. Then, like, if we click on him... Let's open him up. Let's open him up, and we'll find the controller here. Alright, well, it is the AI controller class. Did you update... TG, did you update diversion? As in, like, the actual thing? Possibly. I was having some issues setting it up before. Oh, okay, there's some conflicts. Oh, that's not the right one, sorry. I'm looking for Bionic Smash. Oh, see, you have... I see you have a branch in here, too, tier. Let's go history. Added sound effects for bot hit, move, pawn sense, added pawn sense, and adjusted settings. Copy that. Are you comfortable if we merge that, or are you still working on stuff in here? Enemy, yeah, so it says you added the health bar and all that kind of stuff. So I'll wait till you reply. Can I, you know, are you done in this branch? Like, can I merge it into the main? Give me 10 minutes, be right back. Alright, yeah, David said that a little while ago. Go ahead, okay, sounds good. I'll do that. So we'll merge into the main. Choose how you'd like to proceed, merging. We'll preview the merge, we'll just see what's happening. Darth Vader sound. I don't know if we can use that if we're gonna release this game. But, yeah, we gotta watch out for all the legal stuff now. Okay, it sounds good. This looks good. I'll say merge. Merging the branches, super cool. We should see some changes pretty much right away here. But, sound effects. Okay, so these are all the sound effects you added. That's great. So yeah, we got all the stuff in here that you had. So this is why diversion's great, right? You get Tier did a bunch of work. He did it on his own branch, made sure it was all good, and then we can merge it into the main branch so we can all see it, right? But I also got that freeze error, no clue where it came from. Yeah, well, it's especially odd considering that we cast trying to open. Yeah. I should have checked that other box. One thing I want to check is I just realized bot alerts. Oh, okay, nice. I gotta open the enemy base. Sorry, which is in. I gotta remember where shit is now. Bot base. I understand. Just open the effing thing. Okay, so what I want to know is what this AI controller is. So I'm gonna put a breakpoint here. I'll remove this one because for some reason the cast is failing. I just want to know what the controller is. Auto, you would, yes, override soft lock. Thank you. Okay, so we'll hit play. We'll go over and we'll punch Buddy. Okay, so also, oh, you know what? I didn't select a debug object like a complete novice. There we go. Interesting. I selected the botling, but it didn't trigger. This begin play didn't trigger this. That is odd. Beep, like this should trigger immediately, but it doesn't. Huh. That make sense. What's happening? Begin play is not firing, I guess. I don't know. That's like the only explanation. We're getting an access none error for this guy. So yeah, this has no data in it, but it's set right here. So I thought that the cast was failing, but like event begin play is not even firing, which doesn't make any sense. Huh. That does not make any sense, anybody. Anybody. Debug a free... Yeah, exactly. I'm back. Huh. This makes things super interesting. So yeah, why is the begin play not firing? Oh, you know what? I think I know. If we open this guy up... Yep. So, Tyr, I'm not sure if you did this or not, but, so this is a child of enemy base. So if we have event begin play, but don't add a call to parent function, it does not run the parent graph. So we gotta run the parent graph in there, or else it doesn't work. Otherwise, this overrides the begin play in the parent graph, right? So, wherever this orange node is in the graph, this is when the parent graph is gonna execute. So, I mean, you could do it here, but that wouldn't make any sense because we're gonna want to set all of our other variables that are in the parent graph first, so we'll just do it here. So, anyways, yeah, we'll hit compile. That should work. Hit play, and then that error should go away. And actually, begin play should have triggered, but we'll see. Okay, right, and we'll exit. Okay, we didn't get any errors, so that's great. But that should have still triggered. Okay, it did. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. So, yeah, just small issue there that we just patched up, so no big deal. Alright, so let's, you know, riding off of the video I just made on loading your data and stuff, let's create some drop items here. So, let's go to contents, and we don't have a folder for blueprints, really, so let's make one. Blueprints, and we'll just say, we'll make another folder called drop items. Or sorry, we'll say, pickups. Okay, we gotta think about how to plan this system out here now, because let's look at our GDD / the notebook I'm just keeping track of shit in. So we got, here it is. Ideas. So we had a couple power-ups. Some of these power-ups are probably going to be better done as a game, as a gameplay ability. So do we... that's going to be a little tougher. How about we just start with the basic pickup stuff? So we're going to pick up batteries, is what we decided, I believe. Currency system, not money, parts or bolts, something like that. Maybe batteries is what we said. Okay, so let's... We're gonna have to create a parent, like a base class for all the pickups, in my opinion. Which, to be fair, we can add to it after. I think my thought process on this is, instead of making a parent base, maybe we just make a spawner and then load it from a data asset, like I did in the video there. So, and if there is a gameplay ability, we're gonna want to add a gameplay ability to the actual data asset, along with like queues and any of those other kind of things. But at the same time, yeah, that's a bit more specialized. Let's create a base for all the pickups first, and then we can make a child of that for all of the gameplay ability stuff, and we can also make a child of the data asset as well, if we want. I didn't explain that in the video. I did have a version where I did explain that. So yeah, basically, you can I'll just close this for now. You can create children of a data asset, which is really great. The only difference is, here, I'll just do it, I guess. So make a blueprint class type actor, which will be BP pickup class, we'll call it. And then I'm going to make a new folder for data assets. But I'm going to make the data asset in here. So I'll make a new blueprint class type PDA primary data assets, select PDA pickup data. Okay, so yeah, you can right click and create a child blueprint class of this, and we'll just call it you know, pickup data 2 for now. Right, so we'll come into the parents. Let's create some so name, do we need name? Sure, I mean name doesn't hurt, right? Name, and then we'll need amount. Sorry, amount will be in the we have to create a struct for that. Because the amount, because we can't put amount in here because it's constantly changing, right? Or how about amount? We'll put amount range. Or sorry, we'll say amount. Amount to pick up. Because that actually we can set in here. And then what we can do is we can set this up so that it's gonna, we'll create a range, right? So it's like, hey, we pick up 10 batteries or whatever the case is. We can add a variance of like 5 to that. So, you know, maybe we pick up 5 this time, maybe we pick up 15 just to give it a bit of randomness. Right? So, you know, we'll start with that just as an example. And then on this pickup data 2, we're gonna hide those for a sec. So yeah, class defaults. There's our stuff, but now we can add more variables. So now we'll say like, you know, is cool, right? You know, is this a cool, right? Like whatever. So now in our pickup class, if we add that PDA, we'll call this pickup data, I guess. Pickup data. PDA pickup data, object reference. You make that instance editable, right? And let's go to, sorry, I gotta make another child of this now. So we'll make a child blueprint of the pickup class, and we'll just say battery. Right? So let's say, you know, battery, we want to know if it's cool, right? So if we put battery in the world, and we select it, over here for our pickup data, you can see that we can't select dickety-dick all because I didn't make any dickety-dickin' data assets like a dummy, so sorry. Getting a little excited here. Where's miscellaneous? Right here. Data assets. Pick the parent data asset, so here, so we can inherit our data, right? So just as an example, I'll just leave that as is. Miscellaneous data asset. Now for this one, I'm going to choose the child instead. Okay, so we have new data asset 1, which is the child is the pickup data 2, and then we have new data asset, which is pickup data. Okay, but this is the pickup, right? Or the pickup data, or whatever, the base, or the battery, pardon me. We can select either or, right? Because it works the same way as the other classes stuff, where you can select either the base default data asset or its child. Okay, the only difference in this is for, sorry, Control E to open up the battery. There we go. The only difference is in this is if I tried to access this pickup data, get the fuck in my graph. There we go. If I try to get is cool, right? Is cool, I can't because we're looking specifically for the pickup data, the base class, right? So on a begin play in your children where you've selected the actual like child data asset, you have to cast to it, right? Cast to pick up data 2. And then you gotta cache that as a variable. And now we can get is cool, right? So that's the only difference there, but yeah, so if you have any children that are going to inherit any sort of other data assets or whatever the case is, then that's what you have to do. So that's one thing I left out of the video there, so. Alright. Can't believe I forgot to add the parent. Yeah, it's all good. Is gas done? Sorry, I missed a lot. Yeah, I finished the boilerplate stuff. It's not like fully done, but it's like it's enough to get us started. Yeah, because we decided last time I did this that I was gonna do gas, like the boilerplate C++ stuff off screen, just because it was a little boring, and yeah, I needed a lot of help there. So, anyways, should 100,000% move the GDD to codecs? Probably, yeah. Power cells and batteries, nice. Texture 2D static mesh item type, yes. So now that now that I showcased that, I'll delete all this, and that was just an example. This will delete pickup data. I'll leave. Pickup data 2, I will delete. I'll delete these as well. There we go. Get rid of all that. Pickup data. All right. So yeah, static mesh, 100%. Static mesh. Static mesh, which will be what is it going to be, everybody? Soft reference, right? What the fuck did I choose? Chaos VD instance? Jesus. Static mesh object reference. There we go. Okay, then stand by. I'm just sorry. You gave me some ideas there. Texture 2D. Yeah, 100%. We'll just say UI icon or something like that. Or UI image. Texture 2D. And this can stay soft all the way until the UI, right? Soft object reference. I'm gonna get Gemini to make some stuff here. Gemini's been an asshole in the last little bit. There's just been this back-end error that everybody's been getting. Oh, you know what? I don't need Gemini to make something. I already have something for this. I'll show you one sec. But yeah, Gemini, like you'll say, hey, blah blah blah, give it a prompt, it'll give you an answer, you'll ask for a response, and then you'll get an error. It's like, oh, error, overloaded, whatever the fuck it is. It happens all the time. It's super annoying. UI items materials. You're not in here. Oh, you're here. This guy. Yeah, buddy. There we go. We got that. So I'm dragging that in here. Content. We have a UI folder, don't we? Right on. Importing. Make sure it's VGA or uncompressed. How about no? I probably should actually remove that background, to be fair. I could do that later, but yeah. Should be all good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we'll save that. There we go. We got a battery cell thing that we can use. So UI image, and what else did you say here? Item type. Yes, should that be an enum? Probably. Yeah, it should be an enum, so let's make that right now. So we'll say pickups, a new folder called data. Shit, we don't need that. We'll just keep it here. We don't want to make too many folders anyway, because that will give us some errors and issues during packaging. So, anyways, we'll go blueprints, enumeration. Can you make children of enumerations? I just actually had a thought. Can you do that? You can't. So, item type. So, what do we got here? Need some help, chat. So we got item type, we'll say health, Health, we'll say shield. We'll say consumable, I guess. of some variety, right? We'll say battery, I guess. Battery slash cell. What else we got here? Are we going to make a simple inventory for this game? Sure, why not? Still need to jump on the internet, too slow. Yeah, for sure. All right, cloning a new repo as I write so I can add any missing animations or rig. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, 100%. Okay. We have great speeds, but my Wi-Fi is cheap. Maybe like 10 megabytes per second. Bro, that is rough. 10 megabytes per second? Holy crap. Like, my thumbnail can download stuff faster than that. That's crazy. Yeah, my Wi-Fi, I don't use Wi-Fi for my computer because it's not enough. Because, yeah, like I've mentioned before, my phone was on Wi-Fi before, obviously recording me, and then it would send my video signal to the router, then back to my computer, and then my computer would send all the information back to the router, right? So it was like huge bandwidth usage, and that's my shit was cutting out. So yeah, I'm all hardwired in now. But yeah, my speeds, I'm getting like 1 gigabit per second, so that's pretty good. But yeah, parts tier set, I agree with that. Whoops, parts. Again, we can come back and add some stuff later, right? But I'm gonna add none as well. In case we add maps later, because I don't want to deal with that BS, right? That's the annoying part of maps, but maps are good. Because we can use this in our inventory, right? If we have none, we can use a map and add a boolean and then say, do we accept any of these items or whatever the case is, right? What else are we going to have in our UI? That's something we can design one stream as well. Health, shield, consumable, battery, cell, parts. What about a collectible? So we'll do that. Okay, so we'll add collectibles in our game, why not? Oh, 10 megabytes, never mind, that is rough. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's like doing a little game dev while watching one of your favorite game dev tubers do the game dev on the tube. Nice. That was like a woodchuck moment right there. But yeah, anyways, parts, yeah, 100%. I think you can even use it independently of the speed. I mean, after the 1.4 gigabyte project download, it would only then sync new file changes, and individual files tend to not be that big. True, yes. But yeah, 10 megabytes per second. Like, to put it in perspective, I'm a big Pokemon fan, obviously. So back in, God, what year was that? 2006 or 7? I lived out of town, so I didn't have the best internet. We had high-speed internet or whatever, and I remember, back in the days when you torrent stuff, I was downloading, like, seasons of Pokemon to watch, and I was stoked when I got 30 kilobytes a second, and I was like, this is good, this is top shelf internet, whatever, right? Anyways, then I moved to Vancouver, and I torrented something, and I was getting 3 megabytes per second, and I was like, good God, and I was, like, losing my shit over 30 kilobytes, like, fuck. And now my phone can download a entire movie in like 30 seconds, and it used to take you like quite a while, right? Like, systems is the best. The stoned Python says on Twitch, welcome to the stream. And so I still don't know if this chat is incorporating all of the. No, it's not. That's super annoying. So yeah, anyway, sorry I missed that chat there. I'm trying to keep track of both, but yeah, welcome to the stream if you're still here. And give me a few minutes, BRB. Okay, he's gonna go reset his internet, right? We used to be at 5 gigabits in my small town until 2021. We managed to get the phone company to install fiber optic, and now we have 500 gigabyte lines though lately it feels like 50 or less. Yeah, right? Well, if you're using Wi-Fi, it also depends on your Wi-Fi chip in your computer, right? If your computer's or your motherboard's a little older or whatever the case is, like, yeah. A good example is, I remember I was downloading, I think it was NHL 20 or something like that. My Xbox One that I was using was on Wi-Fi, and it was going to take like 3 hours to download that game, and I was like super annoyed. Literally hardwired it in, took like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It was like no time at all. So it's, yeah, the Wi-Fi chip sometimes is shit, right? So just got to keep that in mind when you're upgrading your internet. Anyways, so we'll stick with this for now. We don't want to get too crazy. We can always go back and add some more stuff at later. So we'll say item type. How about quit being a donkey? There we go. There we go. Item type, which is our enum item type. Boom. Okay, I think that would probably be all. I would imagine. Is there going to be any particle effects? No, we'll leave that. We'll leave that alone for now. Okay, we'll just deal with this. So we will go into the pickup class, and like I said, we're going to make basically a spawner. So I just thinking in my brains here. So in this case, we're going to have to get our data asset, and off of event begin play, we'll have to async load our... Shit, I got to get static mesh. Then we'll have to async load it into memory so we can use it. This is going to take basically no time at all anyway, so... does someone want to search the fab store for some, pickup stuff? Looking for batteries, and we're looking for... whatever else. Like, we'll take ideas from what we can get for free because we don't want to spend money on this project, so... unless it's something you guys have personally made or something like that. But anyways, cast to static mesh so we can make sure that we're talking to the right class, because remember, this is an object reference, which is the parent to all things in Unreal Engine. And then we're going to add a static mesh up here. And we will set that. Set static mesh. Make sure this is on completed, not there. Very good. Okay, so that'll be that. Anything else in this stat asset we got to set? Amount to pick up. Let's create a function inside the pickup class. I was thinking about doing it in the data asset, but no, you can't. I was just thinking about this too. Okay, anyway, sorry, my brain's firing on all cylinders here. Anyways, we'll make a function here, and we'll just say get pickup amount. Okay, and we'll get our pickup data. Get pickup data. Get pickup amount. And let's get an in-range, I believe it is, in-range integer. Okay, so... Sorry, it's a random integer in range. Random integer in range. That's the one we want. I don't like that node. Random... Okay, how about this then? So we'll get a in range, and that's the value. I'm missing the node. I'm gonna look over here and someone's gonna have the answer here. I just did a speed test and I'm below 900 gigabit download and 700 upload. Not bad for a small town, hardly any infrastructure, and full of cables on the street. Nice, yeah. Random integer in range and set amount to pick up. Random integer in range. We got, that's the thing from earlier, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's funny. Yeah. Super delayed, hey? Random integer in range. So the minimum... Okay, sure. So we'll do the amount to pick up. And then, sorry, you said set the amount to pick up. Oh, okay, set this, and then the minimum would be... how about this divided by 2? Right? Just to give it some randomness, right? So let's do that. Because if it's like 30... Yeah, if the amount of pickup's like 30, that's crazy. So we'll change that in the data asset then to be max amount to pick up instead. There we go. And then we will delete this, and then we'll return this. We can also make this a peer function because we're not setting anything in here. We're just returning the amount. So we'll say peer. Perfect. Okay, what else do we got to set in here? I think that's it, eh? E. So, we'll need a... do we want to be an interacting game, or do we want to just overlap with the batteries? Let's put a poll up. See what you guys think. How to handle pickups in the game. Before you guys vote, I will say overlap, or interact. But before you guys vote, I will say this will impact how the game flows, right? If we want this game to be a fast-paced fighting game, right, we're moving all the time, I think overlapping is a better design choice. Interacting is probably better for other things in the game that's not necessarily tied to combat or picking stuff up really quickly. That's my personal opinion. But I'll let you guys make the executive decision because I work for you guys, so. Alright. Read some comments here while we're waiting. And I'm gonna start paying attention to learn a thing or two, which I'm so behind in. Well, oh, I got a, yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna put a post, as soon as I get access to my badge, my Unreal Engine Authorized Instructor badge, I'm gonna put a post out on YouTube, so hopefully I get some more bookings here. For the one-on-ones, if you guys are interested in doing that and you're not a member, you guys can buy some one-on-one time with me to learn some more about Unreal Engine, help debug your project, help figure some stuff out. There's a half hour available and a full hour, so Eddie's probably my biggest customer at this point. Eddie's been learning lots from me, so guys, pause and think to the games you've played with overlap pickups and how many times you accidentally shifted items and got screwed. Shifted items? What do you mean shifted items? We could go like a Ratchet and Clank style too, where like the items get drawn to you. Like, is like if you're gonna be picking up batteries all the time just to restore your own, like, you know, ability to do certain abilities or something like that. You know what I mean? Is that how we're gonna do it? So like we collect batteries and there's like an ability bar at the bottom, like a progress bar at the bottom, and it's just like the more batteries you collect, like that progress bar goes up, and then you can use certain abilities. It'd be like a high risk, high reward thing. What do you guys think about that? Spirit Soul, hi, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Drawn to you will be fun. Yeah, 100%. TG, make it so the player can interact and overlap the item. I mean, how about we make that, here's the part about that. So if we're going to do the batteries coming to you, then the interacting would be kind of redundant in that case. But there are going to be some items that we would want to interact with, pickup items specifically, like, I don't know. Can't think of any off the top of my head. What we could do is we could create a child to this pickup class and just do interact pickup and then overlap pickup. I don't know if we're going to have items do one or the other. Right? We're going to have an overlap sphere regardless, right? Sphere collision is what we want. We're going to have one regardless because when you overlap with this sphere, you're going to see the UI object generally appear, right? So we'll do that. We'll set the defaults here. Sphere radius to be... Is this the interacting one? Probably. So we'll do 50. Not interact, sorry. Overlap sphere, we'll call it. Okay, so we got 7 votes in. How many people are watching here? 15 people watching. You guys put your votes in here. How to handle pickups in the game if we want to overlap with them and add them to our inventory or to our whatever the case is, or do we want to interact with it as the default? We'll say that that's the default. I hear what David's saying. I don't disagree with him. There are a bit of annoying things sometimes, like if you overlap with a power up and you didn't want it yet or something like that. Sure. You know, David, one way we can fix that is, especially with the abilities, as soon as you overlap with the item, it gets added to you, but it doesn't get triggered. Like, you have to physically trigger it, maybe, right? Also have static in the world item collection. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so to have both on the item, yeah, okay, so we'll make both, in a sense, but the default, by the looks of things here, 7 votes, is going to be overlap, so I will, end the poll there, and we'll, do that. So, okay, so pickup class, we are going to have an overlap sphere no matter what. I don't have a static mesh yet. I'll use a cylinder for now. I just want to set this. Right, so... you know what? Sorry, I'm not going to use that cylinder because our batteries are going to be super small, so why don't I just quickly make one here in modeling mode. Cylinder! Bleh. And then height, probably like... 50? And then the radius will be super small. I would say 10 and 75. Sorry, I said 78. Funny. What's 60 look like? Okay, sure. Output is a static mesh. Yep. I think that's pretty good. And nothing crazy though, hey? So, and then we'll hit accept on that. Oh shit. I didn't see I didn't see that it had it in the floor. So not 60, probably like 30 then is what we're, yeah, perfect. Radial slices will say like, it doesn't need to be super high poly, 8's probably fine. Right? Yeah, sure. Height subdivisions, target, blah, 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 that's all fine, I'll accept. I do want to add another cylinder on top of this and make this 10 and like 1. Let's see. You guys see what I'm getting at here. I think the radius at 3 maybe, and then this will be like 2. Something like that. Good God, slow her down there. I'm trying to do stuff. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You know, if this was Blender, I'd probably add another little shoulder here, but this will do here. Do that, and then I'll do union, merge, new object, pen, perfect. Okay. I will Control B that so I can find out where it is. We'll call this static mesh battery. We don't have there's no collision on this. Do we need it? Probably not, because we're gonna overlap with it and then collect it, right? So, let's move this as well to. I guess we'll move it to blueprints pickups, hey? And then we'll create a folder called static mesh is... Okay, sorry, that wasn't generated, right? There we go. Alright, sweet. That's done. Yeah, we don't need collision on it, that's fine. BP battery, we'll set this as battery. And pickup class will clear this. Oh, it's already cleared, perfect. Then we'll go into the viewport, we'll check the sphere. The sphere looks pretty good. One thing I want to try, or I want to do with this is I want to add a bit of rotation. Probably something like this. We'll add rotating movements. Probably to the pickup class, I would suspect. Rotating movement, we'll add that. We'll do, you know, 60 degrees a second. And then, I don't think we need a bob up and down, to be honest. I think that'll look kind of silly. Alright, select mode. I'll look at the comments 1 sec. I'm just gonna get this in the world, and we'll see how it looks. BP battery. Look at that. Okay, but hopefully when it spawns, or maybe we'll just move the static mesh up. Let me hide this. Yeah, okay, there. Yeah, let's move the pickup class. $50? Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. Save. There we go. Looks great, everybody. And then we'll hit simulate and we'll see it spin in place. Look at that, eh? Alright, so, what's the theme? We're building a fighter combat game here. So we're just making the... We're just doing the access none the fuck you say? Oh yeah, because we didn't set the data assets yet. So, yeah, we're making a combat game here, community game, so if you have any suggestions, throw it out here. Let's go back to our static mesh here. We'll clear this out for the battery. And then we'll create a data asset for that. Data assets, new data asset. Let's rename this BP battery. BP, sorry, DA battery. So we'll say battery. We'll make a smaller version of that and call it a cell or something, and it won't be as much. Max amount to pick up. We got to make a battery system, basically, or like an ability bar where it's like because that's we're gonna play into our ability system, right? Where we have a cost to each thing. Let's just say 50 for now. Static mesh will be the battery. The UI image will be the device. And UI type is a battery. Sweet. Okay, so that's good. And now when we hit play... Where's my battery?
You are not welcome.
I didn't... Oh, of course. I didn't set the data asset for this. That makes a lot of sense, hey? Alright, there we go. There we go, we got a battery.
You are not welcome here.
Okay, you get the fuck out of here, buddy. I'm more excited for the what's it called? The voice acting portion of this. Shine another one of my skills, I guess. Are we gonna make the game stylized or realistic or something else graphic-wise? We have... Jeez, is that how high we actually jump? Oh yeah, because we wanted the ability to do this kind of shit. But, we did download an asset pack. That was kind of... Here, I'll pull it up here. Maybe it was this. Huh, there's another bot static mesh in here. One sec here. Like I said, I will voice an annoying gremlin in the game. Nice. Triple X S. Oh, gotcha. We'll definitely throw something in if we can come up with something interesting idea. Yeah, man. So, yeah, we basically every stream we'll usually kind of add some ideas and stuff to it, and then obviously we got to refine it to like make the game kind of all come together, right? So, but anyways, yeah. Sorry, I was showing you this. So, BG buildings. These don't have any materials on them, unless they just got to load in. So those are BG buildings anyway. Rolling door? Oh shit, why don't we just replace this? Well, this door can be modified, so it might not work. But we have a rolling door here. We have workshop. Yeah, these are all modular stuff, so you'd have to build stuff. Building one, sure. Get in there. It looks like we gotta set all the materials again. Oh, that is a material. Okay. It's like semi-realistic is basically what it looks like it is, right? Pretty sure that's what we decided anyway. Something like that. Wall. Sure. Wall. There we go. That's the theme we're going for. Right? So it's like semi... Well, yeah. It's going to be semi-realistic. Because we got these bots here, which look all interesting. But, yeah. Alright, so let's get some pickup behavior going for this. We're gonna need an ability... Shit, I guess I gotta add that as an attribute. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys about that. That was one thing in C++ I didn't do, because, I wasn't sure what we wanted to do about that. So, let's open that up. Bionic, it'll be... Yes? Is it the header file or is it the other one? Ooh, actually, that's the old one. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. We'll see here in a sec. But yeah, so we're gonna add some attributes. It's gotta be in the header file, I think. Public... I honestly don't remember which one it is. Attribute set, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it is the other one. I'm gonna open it. Sorry, everybody. Just figure this out, which one it is. Okay, but not that one. Is this not it? Component references etched in the last step. Well, where? I'm looking for construct the attribute. Yeah, I have the attribute set here, but where did I do the... I remember doing the... What's it called? Like adding a health component. Or yeah, a health attribute. But I don't see it in here. System component, true. Gas base. Huh. Let's do that. Level design is one of my weaknesses. Yeah, it takes so much time, hey? C++ time, yeah, right? C++ time. That's just defining the property. I think we do it in here, right? And we do, what's it called? I don't fucking remember how to do this. I gotta look at my notes, sorry. Where is it? Right here. Where are you? Adding attributes. And it's in the... It is in the header file. Okay, so header file. So yeah, you property category. Okay, yeah. Copy. Copy. So you... Whoops. I want one of these curly braces or whatever. You property... And then it's you property blueprint, yeah, blueprint readable, visible entry, read only, category abilities, no attributes. So we'll start here. Attributes. Yes, there we go. And then it's F gameplay. Why you no work? Why you no work? Attributes. Oh shit, hang on. Yeah, that's right. This is where I'm defining it, right? So F gameplay attribute data is what the next thing on the let's do it here. F gameplay attributes data. Health. I guess I didn't do health, hey? Well, it's not reading this, so I must have fucked something up here. Because, yeah, this should be purple too, so unless I have to just tab it over, I don't know. I don't know enough about C++ yet, so... fuck this, I'll do that off stream, I'll figure it out off stream so I don't waste anybody's time here. But yeah, so we gotta set some attributes up here. Drop the PowerShell mesh for you, nice. F underscore? That's not what it's in my notes, it just says F gameplay attribute data, so I must have screwed something up somewhere. Category, yeah, anyways, I'll figure that out off stream, but... Okay, so... You do declare the properties in the header, which is in the public file. Yes, I did that, right? Oh, I see. So not really. Virtual class. Talk to your gas. Bionic, yeah, that's all good. Ability systems interface. Oh, but I'm in protected, so that's... Whoops. So that's what's going on there, so I'll get rid of that. Or is that right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out off stream. Because, yeah, I don't want to spend a whole nother one of the streams friggin' limping my way through C++. Because I don't fully understand it yet, so... anyways, Tier sent me some stuff in the Discord. What the feck is happening there? Okay, so we'll put this FBX file... Well, I'll just download it. And then I'll import it into the thing here. So we'll go to... I'll close this. Don't save, I'll figure it out later. Okay, so we're back in here. Contents, blueprints, pickups, static meshes. Do that off screen because there's personal stuff in there. So we'll do this. We'll do imports. Oh shit, yeah. Did you just generate that based off the image I had in there? There's a black image here, which means usually that's a real-time texture thing. Yeah, usually that means I have to go to project settings and deal something to do with virtual textures. Oh, they are on. Okay. Or real-time textures, is that the other one? No, that's not it. I can't remember how to fix this black, what's it called, material thing. I thought it was one of those type of things, unless it's one of these. We'll start clicking stuff until something happens. Just kidding. Enumeration object. Does anyone remember how to fix this? The texture is in the J... Sorry, that texture I sent you is the JPEG. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So we got... Yeah, okay, copy. Oh, because it's a material instance and I don't have the actual material. That's probably what it is, hey? So... find parent. Legacy surface materials. Sure, let's get into you. Look at all these things that are missing. Hey? Did I do the wrong settings? Like, did I not import... Did I not import the actual materials? Because I should have, like, all the materials, like, you know what I mean? So... Yeah, I know to import the... What's it called? The JPEG you sent me, but... That's just one thing, right? Save that in the desktop downloads. Static meshes. Okay, and then we'll put that JPEG in here now. And then color map is probably that. The thing we just put in. Actually, we don't want to miss it. We just want a regular one, correct? I'm still pretty fresh at materials. I was pretty stoked yesterday when I was able to figure out that other thing I was telling you guys about. Yeah, where do I, right down here, parents? Yes. Or, oh, so I see, okay. I have to right-click create material. There, done? Question mark? Battery? Okay, there we go. So yeah, you did. You took that image and generated... That's pretty cool. Where'd you get that done at? Just curious. That's auto-created from Unreal. Oh, I see. Got it. David's just keyboard worrying over here. Anyways, okay, so that's... I'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. And to get rid of this. Okay, so now in our data asset, we'll change that over. Oh shit, do we have a name for that guy? Power cell. Copy. Hit save. Hit play. Let's see our power cell. Nice. Probably double the size of what we actually want for it, so I will try to scale that down. Guess we can just do that in the battery, hey, itself. I was gonna see if we can just do it right in here. Okay, details. Scale. It's in here somewhere. Build scale. Oh, that's LOD, sorry. We don't care about that. Unless maybe we do, who knows. Not 2. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Save. Play? No, it's still... Oh yeah, we'll just do the battery then. Much better. Cool. Alright, that's done. So now we just gotta make data assets for stuff, as we, create it, but, yeah, that's pretty awesome. We could do the thing where it comes towards the player. If you want. We can do that this stream. We can also do the, yeah, we don't have anything to do with the overlapping necessarily. Yeah, remember we gotta do this, right? Add event on component begin overlap, and then we gotta make a, custom event. We'll say overlap sphere start or whatever, something like that. And we will add an input for all of these. Overlapped components. And that's a primitive component object reference. And then we'll do one for our other actor, which should just be an actor. Other component, which is oh, the overlap component is this. Okay, sure. I don't know that sure, whatever. Other component. Primitive components object reference. And I don't think I've ever... We'll do sweep results just in case, but I don't think I've ever used any of the other ones. Sweep results. Just in case we want to do some collision-y stuff later. Sorry, that's a hit result, right? Or over... What is it? Oh, it is a hit result. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we'll compile that. Now we'll just call that overlap sphere start, and then we'll just do this. If you haven't seen my one video, we're doing this because in Children you cannot override this function or this event. Sorry, like most other ones. Like we can obviously in our battery we can, get our event begin play. We can disconnect this, and then we can do our own event begin play and not do anything from the parent graph. But I can't do that with this component to begin overlap. Like I'll add this, but it'll always run what's in the parent, even if I see it doesn't add call to parent function, right? So yeah, that'll overlap that. So to override that, we will get overlap sphere start, but we want the events. So we'll say events. Overlap sphere start. There we go. So that'll be our overlap event. Okay, and all right, so this is for the battery. For now, we're just going to destroy the actor because we're not doing anything else, right? So when we destroy the actor, obviously, a good thing to make sure we do is get a event end play. And anytime we have a reference to any hard referenceable stuff, perhaps this pickup data, I suppose, but it doesn't really matter in that case because as long as we don't cast back to the data asset itself, then it should be fine. But if you do, then yeah, I would clear that out just so that garbage collection can clean it up. Okay. TG used the modeling mode. Yeah, of course, for the thing. Yeah, good call. Good call, David. I should look at David's comments more often, hey? Battery. Let's reset that. And modeling mode right here. X-form, transform, scale 0.5 across the board, transform completes, and we'll do this. There we go. Complete, and then Baker transforms, so it'll reset it all to 0. Love it. Selection, deletage. Did we delete the... No, we didn't. Battery. Oh, shit. Whoops, forgot to do this part. Other actor cast to character. Make sure character's overlapping with it. Sorry, let's disregard that. Let's say cast to pawn, and then we'll get the player state to make sure it's an actual player overlapping with it. Because otherwise, all these things are going to be characters, right? Convert that to validate get, so we make sure that it's actually a player with a player state, and then if it is, then we'll destroy it. Because it was destroying itself right away, that's what was happening. There. Because, yeah, was he overlapping with it, maybe? Who knows? Right? Okay, attacking player. Yeah, cool. Do we want to add just like a little indicator that we picked up power or whatever the case is, or our power level? in place of our gameplay ability progress bar for now. We can do that, I think. And then after that, or do we want to do the, here, you guys can choose. We're going to add the AI boss today? Yes, where is it? I'll absolutely put it in there so we can have a look at it. Yeah, UI notifications maybe sounds good. Are we gonna switch to state trees for the AI in the future? Yeah, you know, you're the one that's working on the AI portion, so if you wanted to do state trees or whatever, that's up to you. Sure. If anyone else wants to contribute to the game in any way, it's obviously feel free to do so. Anyways, inside David's library in the Bionic Smash section. Inside David's library. In the diversion? History. This is what I want to see. So that's fine. Yeah, where's your library in the inside Discord? Copy. Copy. Let's go back to the Discord. Oh, in Bionic Smash, the chat. Where is it here? There it is. David's library. Copy that. Okay. So, boss DLC. So, potentially dangerous download. Yeah, sure, whatever. Bionic Smash. Okay, sounds good. And then we will go back to the Discord and we'll watch his little video here. Enemy boss AI. Point of interest. Okay. You're obviously explaining something and I had the sound off, or did I? Oh, you guys probably heard it, hey? I didn't hear anything, sorry. But, anyways. We'll choose the furthest point of interest actor from the player and TP to it. Oh, teleport to it. And it does the same for long-range attacks. Okay. That's cool. And, and you did the mantle system too. Shit, yeah, let's go. Yeah, David's going hard on this. This is awesome. It's gonna be David's game here. Just kidding. But anyways, so let's implement that right now then. So let's have a look at that. Let's go to content. We'll go to characters, enemies. We'll make a new one for bosses, or I guess we can just do, sorry, I'll just extract this on the other screen here. $770 items. David's been working. So we'll just call this. I'll get rid of the DLC. I'm also going to shorten the name just because. God damn it! Because I'm worried about the file length, or like the file path length, because like I said, that that actually matters when you package a game. So do that. Put this in here now. Oh, failed to blah 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 blah. Super cool. We'll see if all these work out. Oh, I see. I'm gonna have to copy paste a bunch of stuff in here, I think. When you save it, do you oh yeah, you can't migrate it. Yeah, David, you should download Diversion and get that set up because yeah, if sorry, data table. Sorry. Autosave. I'm gonna not, because that seems to be a error thing. But anyways, enemies. So okay, it didn't download any of it. So I just got to paste it in the content folder, I guess. So we'll cut that. We'll go to Bionic Smash. We'll go to contents, characters, enemies. Here. There we go. That'll all work now. It'll be fine. $99 problems and blah blah blah. Download the implementation file to see how to implement. Okay, copy that. Download that, and then what was the other one here? Oh, the mantle system. I'll download that too. All right. Downloads. We will unzippity zip this, and we'll unzippity zip this. Probably have to go through and delete a bunch of stuff eventually here because, yeah, I don't know exactly what's in these or whatever, but make sure parent classes are correct, how to attack, how to add more boss attacks to the boss, how to apply damage, how to implement block, what to migrate. Okay. Well, sweet. Let's have a look here. 3 seconds. So we got enemy base. So I'm just skimming through this. Yeah, because we're going to need specific animations for our big boss guy, right? So I don't know if the animations in this are going to be good, but for him or whatever, but it's a little learning curve, bro, but well worth a try. Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's a pop-up windows that we said. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right. So yeah, anyways, we'll put this in here and then we'll figure it out. Yeah, like I said, I don't think some of it's gonna work. What is it? Autosave package? Yeah, we don't care about that. Okay, AI boss system. Blah blah blah. Let's have a look. There we go. Config contents. Yeah, we're gonna have to move some of this stuff, which sucks because it'll likely break some stuff because I don't need the map or any of that kind of stuff in here, right? External actors, any of that. Yeah, because by using diversion, you won't add all of this extra bloat to the project, right? But I will open this up. We'll have a look. Yeah, because now we have another copy of the third-person character and stuff like that too, right? Anyways, okay, characters. Derive cache. Sorry, where is it? It's in. Maybe I should watch your videos. Make sure the parent classes are correct. So I'll turn it up so I can actually hear. So override. Okay, on same team, right. Where's the actual, like, attack health? I'm not in the wrong thing, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. No. Ed says now with diversion could try after finishing with Tears bots to do some needed animations for the boss. Got all weekend. Nice, man. Open that project and import the content to Bionic Smash. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. AI system boss. We're in here, we're in the content. Yeah, where's all the stuff? Health events. Yeah, that's all stuff we already had in here. Is it in this one? Collections? Nope. Not an input on interfaces. Third person. Oh, here we go. Enemy boss. So I'm gonna move this, but into this folder, characters, enemies, AI. I'm gonna move that here. Do I need literally anything else from here? Or do I just need that? That's a serious question, because yeah, like I said, AI test map combat. We'll go back to this level. Yeah, because then if that's the case, I'm just going to delete that folder because, yeah, like I said, that's a lot of duplicate stuff in here that's going to make it a little annoying for the rest of just someone might select the wrong one or something like that. Okay, enemies. So, Dave, yeah, if you're still watching, is there anything else I need other than that folder I just took out? The enemy boss AI with the enemy boss in it? We also need a blueprint for this boss guy here, you know? Be good for him to walk around and stuff. Okay, anyways, let's make one here. So we'll do a new blueprint class, character type. Shit, actually delete that. Pardon me. New blueprint class of type BP. Or sorry. The controller's got to be the same. We'll do, enemy boss. What happened here? Why can't I make it a child of these? I guess I can make a child of that. Okay, enemy base, we'll just say... Sorry, what am I doing? You have it right here. We can just swap the mannequin out for this guy, right? Okay, teleports. Teleport in. Attack combo 2, attack combo 1. Okay. Mesh. Let's go show inherited variables class defaults. Okay, this one doesn't have a parent class. I see, okay, that's why it's all messed up. So, the parent class needs to be... Class settings. There it is, sorry, I don't know what the hell was going on there. Should be the enemy base, right? Sorry, one sec. What the some weird shit's going on. I can't select. What happened to enemy base that was here? Am I gonna get a bunch of errors now? Play an editor, because those ones don't matter. Okay. What happened to enemy base? I'm so confused. It didn't import correctly. Okay. Well, that means we're gonna lose our battery and everything, all the other work we've done today. Okay, well, it didn't import correctly. Copy that. So, well, I can cherry pick some stuff from the repository. So let's go to here, and I'm going to delete this. And Unreal's probably going to crash, but we'll see. Okay, cool. So, all gone? All gone? No, not all gone. Deletes. Yeah, once, yeah, we can, with diversion, like, this is gonna be way cleaner for sure. Delete, yes, delete all those, because we don't need them. Updating diversion control. Yeah, that's fine. I can go into the diversion and I can revert back to an older thing. Like, sorry, revert back. Like, I can get the enemy base back. Essentially, is what I'm saying. But what else got overwritten is my next question. Uh, enemy base is apparent. Yeah, I'm just reading all your comments. Oh, it's all good. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I think from now on, yeah, let's just use diversion because it's just the cleanest way to do it, right? Let's go. Let's clear that out. Okay, we got all the power cell stuff. That's fine. That's fine. AI boss system should be gone. So here, I will clean up, update redirectors, and then I will leave and come back, and then no, it's still there. What's still here? I think because stuff's still loaded in memory, so if I restart, it should be fine. Anyways, I will do that. I will close this. What did we fix in there? BP enemy boss. I'm gonna say don't save. Close this, and then I will reopen Unreal. Hopefully we don't have to compile a bajillion shaders again, but we'll see. But I'm gonna go back to diversion, and I'm gonna go to this, because we merged this before we started, so cherry pick into workspace, contents, blueprints, where is it? Characters, that's what it was. Enemies. God damn it. So go back to this version, tiers version here. Cherry pick into this workspace. Well, where the hell is it? Let's pick up static mesh. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, characters, enemies, it was in that folder, right? Or was it in bots? Enemy base. Okay, it's in bots. So, is it in bots for this one, then? Was I just looking in the wrong spot? Let's have a look. Yeah, note to self commit changes before importing stuff. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna do anything major, like I in Lost in Time, I before I started C++, I made a commit, and then I added C++, and it just like literally broke a bunch of shit, and I was like, oh my god. Uh bots. Okay, so here it is. So it is still here. But did hang on, I'll just make sure that's we have that change. Yeah, so this reverted back. So we got to do this fix for that to work again. And yes. Perfect. Okay, what else? We did all the pickup stuff. So is all the pickup stuff still here? Yeah, okay, that's all here. Static meshes, okay, great. And we hit play, the battery shows up. Sweet. Hey, it all faded in all nice. That was kind of cool. Anyways, okay, so yeah, it's good to fall and get your knees messed up. Better to have it on a chill project. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, but yeah, that's a good example of why we commit stuff, right? Just if something like that happens, not a big deal. So contents, blueprints. What were we doing again? We were doing characters, enemies. This is still here, so I'm gonna delete this. Okay, right. Yeah, delete that. I don't know why the folders like to hang out after you delete them. That's always annoying. So here's what I'll do instead, since it wants to be annoying. I'm just gonna straight delete it from my content browser. Bye. Nice knowing ya. Okay, so that's gone, and now we have the enemy boss AI stuff here. Let's open this up, and now we should be able to parent it. Cannot be loaded because it drives. Yes. Do you want to continue? It'll crash the editor. Class settings. Get down to the BPs. Past the BPs. BP. Okay, well, can we do character? Can we at least do character? We can't even do character. What the fuck? Okay. So yeah, that's broken. The enemy. So wait, can I open this? Yes, I'm aware it doesn't fucking blah blah blah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep that open, and then I'm gonna go to enemies AI, right? And I'm just gonna make a blueprint class from the BP enemy base, and we'll call this, you know, what's our big boss dude's name? Like TV, you know, TV Tom or something. I don't know why that name just came to me, but yeah, TV Tom. And what do you got in here? You got nothing in here. You don't even have a components window because it's got no parent class. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, so I'll copy all this, and then I'll paste it in TV Tom. Teleport end, create a matching, which won't actually do that, which is super annoying. Confirm. Okay, so we pasted all that in here. Nice. Okay, it pasted all this stuff in here. Got to create some variables as well. Is teleporting, create a variable. Mesh, teleport effect, create a variable for that. What else we got here that we don't have a variable for? It looks like everything else is fine. We'll just refresh this so we can get rid of that instigator node. Projectile movement. Where is it? Object actor projectile. What? What? Oh, because we don't have the class. What's the class here, David? It'll be whatever projectile, I guess. Hey. So let's put some notes in here. So we'll say projectile montage. You need to create a projectile BP. Okay, well, we're not going to do that right now because that's going to require object pooling and stuff, so we'll deal with that later. So we'll say this is, what is it called? Projectile BP when made. Okay. So I'll have to disconnect this, and I'm just going to disconnect this right now for now because we don't want to break anything. Okay, and then down here. Okay, we got a couple more. Nice. What else we got? Combo track 3. So we don't have any montages at the moment. That's fine. Walking, teleports, max acceleration. I'm just sorry. I'm just running through the code just to make sure there's nothing here that's off. Call on teleport ends. Okay. Compile. What do we got here? Where? Oh, was it down here? Oh, I see. These are named the same thing. Okay. Call on teleport ends. Let's rename this to... Well, first of all, is this an inherited variable? I don't see one, so I'm going to delete that and I'll make a new one called ed teleport ends. We'll call that here. Okay, what's the other one? Melee attack. There's another event dispatcher called that, I'm assuming somewhere. See you later. See, I'm just gonna delete those. That'll probably make those errors go away. Majority of them. Teleport end. There's another one called teleport ends. I see. I'm confused now. Unless it's... Here it is. ED teleport end. We did that already. Yes. I'm going to delete this. Hit compile. And then I'm going to drag this... Sorry, teleport end. Where was it? Okay. I got to call that now. Custom events. Teleport end. And it says it doesn't like that. What is calling teleport end? I just don't get it. So we'll say teleport finish instead. There we go. Clean that up a little bit, and then we got to call these up here. Teleport finish. Where is this teleport event? I'm so confused. It's not any... Oh, right here. Oh, it's a function. It's called teleport end. Oh, okay. Copy. So, I mean, didn't have to do that, but I mean, whatever. I've already committed. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Compile. We all good? We all good. Okay, nice. Alright, so, Poe Hooligan. Hey, sir. Awesome content. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. Damn, this PP is so broken. Hey, I mean, yeah, that's kind of merged two projects together, which is exactly what it was, right? So, yeah, this is what was the broken thing, right? It's the... I don't know what the hell was going on there. So yeah, that was our workaround there. So hopefully I can delete this now. And, okay, we got TV Tom here. TV Tom here. Bringing you the Channel 6 news. Alright. Okay, mesh. Character mesh. Skeletal mesh will be our buddy boy. Where is he? This guy. Buddy boy. Do we have to scale him down? Checking. Let's put TV Tom in the TV Tom timeout box. We do have to scale down TV Tom. So, you know what? Jesus Christ, TV Tom, you are frickin' massive. You're gargantuan. Okay, so TV Tom is TV messed up, so we got rotation -90. We're gonna zero that out, and he's still messed up. So let's fix TV Tom. I just got to find that skeleton mesh on the other screen here. Here he is. All right, so let's drag him out, and let's fix him in modeling mode or whatever. Okay, first of all, you're effing huge, buddy. Why are you that big? You know? So, 0.03 or something we were doing before. Or is that too small now? Maybe 0.1. Gotta make TV Tom a little bit terrifying looking, right? Why does TV Tom look different than the one we had before? Super strange. Hey, look, TV Tom's got a little light on the top. Is that going to be his weak point or what? Okay, yeah, TV Tom, we got to rotate 90 degrees on the X as well. There we go. Oh, yeah, TV Tom. So, let's complete that, and let's... like... I can't bake this transform. That sucks. Okay. Why can't I bake the transform? Must be because it's a skeletal mesh. Huh. So, mesh. No way to fix that in here. Bake. Bake textures. We don't care about textures. We care about all this other shit. Split, convert, deform. Yeah, it looks like we're stuck with that. Well, we like what we've done with TV Tom here, but we don't like what TV Tom looks like in this blueprint. That's for sure. TV Tom, let's have a look. Mesh. Viewports. I mean, if TV Tom's just the one boss, I guess we can just do it in here, right? Alright, TV Tom's a little too big, so 0.05 probably. Does that seem right to everybody? And then putting the animation in here to be animation asset, and it's going to be his idol. Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck Tom go? He fucking vanished. Huh. There he is. Okay. Good to know that the animations kind of fix themselves in a sense. That's funny. Alright, well, we don't like that TV Tom is inside of this thing here. Why is the mesh messed up here? Okay, 0. Oh, I see. Okay, 1. Alright, there we go. TV Tom. I'm just gonna delete this and put a new one in. If it'll let me. There we go. Don't know what was going on there. Blueprints. Sorry, characters, enemies, AI, AI boss, TV Tom. TV Tom should be bigger, I think, hey? That's pretty small for a boss character. Put him down there, and I'll make the collision capsule component, I'll make the half height obviously a little bit smaller. And then now I can move TV Tom back up. There we go. Okay, but anyways, yeah, let's make his scale like 3 times bigger. There we go. That's a terrifying effing boss. Hey, if that TV Tom's gonna show up and just wreck us, right?
You are not welcome here.
Arrgh. He has no collision? Or does he? Oh, he does. Okay, good. Cool. Alright, well that's that. So TV Tom's somewhat set up. We got some errors here. Trying to read real property, Blackboard AI, blah 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 blah. Copy that. Let's have a look. Is this in the... Oh, I see. This is part of the thing you're talking about for your controller, right? Because we gotta set TV Tom's controller to be... Oh, it is... Huh. Anyways, it'd be fun if the door opened and TV Tom's this little ratchet-looking boss. Yeah, then he gets super big and shoots a couple laser beams at you. Like, this looks like a Star Fox 64 boss, does it not? Like, oh, I wonder what his weak point is, right? There should be a IC boss. Okay, there, enemy base. Copy. That's probably one of the things I deleted, eh? Copy. So, let's go to your little content drawer thing here that we extracted. Where did it go? Oh, I moved it, didn't I? Oh, and then I deleted the whole thing. So good. So good! One sec here, I'll do it over here. Extract. Anyways, remember to like the stream, guys, of course, and if you're here and you haven't just got here or whatever, let me know what you guys think of the screen. Of the stream, pardon me, and any other stuff on the channel. Next week, which I haven't started planning the video yet or anything like that, but next week I'm going to be doing a video on managers, because in the last video I did for the how to load properly, there was like a bajillion Niagara effects in there, and each one of those individualized Niagara effects is adding is being registered in the world, and there's just an easier way to do it, and it's a lot more performance intensive. It's a lot more performant optimized on your systems. So here we go. Where, shit, where did you save all your stuff again? I totally forgot. Was it in characters? No, it wasn't. Here, I'll bring it back over. It was in developers. Yeah, I know. Okay. Was it in third person? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so that's and that's. We got all that, though. I swear to God, we have all that. Okay, it probably didn't come over. Cannot be loaded because it's an invalid. Okay, so we gotta do the same thing here that we did before. So sorry, open that up. Is it gonna crash Unreal? Probably, yeah, right? So okay, there we go. Event graph. We don't have anything in there. We just have the function, and that's it. Can I class settings? Can I select the AIC? Nope, I can't. So yeah, I gotta create a new controller then. New class AI controller from enemy base. No, is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's what your video said. The BOUS controller, right? All right. So it looks like this. We'll copy that function, and then we'll go into the AI BOUS controller, and the functions. We'll paste it. Copy. Override do nothing. Got it. Schedule for what the fuck? June 4th. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Gotta text my watch. Okay, so that's... Is there anything else in here? Or is it just the base controller stuff? Oh, okay, you said you need to override function in the controller and leave it alone. ALC. Oh yes, AIC. AI controller. Yes, dual operator. Sorry, I got a little overwhelmed, or sorry, a little hyper fixated on that, so I missed some comments here. Managers, thank you, Eddie says. Yeah, nice. And Echo Entertainment says, love your tutorials. I don't know what's going on in this stream. Yeah, we're making a community game. I'm just we're implementing the AI boss stuff that Sajid David developed. So yeah, he's not using our revision control yet, so we're just kind of, it's broken a couple things, so we're just trying to get it all fixed here. TV Tom in the 21st century. Yeah, right. 22nd century. We're, is this game going to mirror our near future, right? Dual operator, awesome. I just joined when you said that. Looking nice. A great, nice setup. TG, can you hear the sounds I added? Yes, I can. They're pretty overwhelming, to be honest. It's like, first thing you hear is Darth Vader breathing in your ear. It's like, right? Anyways, oh, goody, we're talking about our need for manager tutorials in the Discord earlier this week. I feel like our prayers have been answered. That's funny, because I did not even read that comment about the managers. Yeah, managers are really good. The especially for static meshes as well. Like, for in Lost in Time, I'm making the building system. So what I've done for that, obviously you can build this huge gargantuan house if you wanted, but adding that many static meshes in the world is pretty expensive on memory, because you got to obviously register the component with your CPU or GPU or whatever the case is, and then you got to shadows and blah blah blah. It's all this extra stuff, right? But by using a manager and attaching a instance static mesh component to that particular management, so every time I add a new block, I'm adding another instance static mesh, right? So by doing that, it's basically creating a copy of something that's already in memory. So we're not adding any extra overhead or any extra draw calls or anything like that. It's already rendered, right? We're just basically creating a duplicate of it. So that's a really good example of managers. He needs laser beams. How does this community game work? So, I mean, we're just kind of winging it here at this point. So, at the very beginning, we got this, where's my mouse? There it is. We got this guy going. So we have our community game right here. We got our ideas. People, will come across something, and then I'm like, oh, what do you guys want to do? And I'll throw up a poll. And, oh yeah, you know what? One thing we need to do in here is, we need to, so we added, sorry, we will overlap items to pick them up by default. Okay, so we'll overlap items pick up by defaults, but we'll have children classes to interact as well. That's what we decided today. We had a poll earlier for that. I just forgot to add it in here. Things to do. Slow down gravity. When we fall after combo, reset on landing. I think we did that. We did the health component, air animations. Yeah, we need to do those too, but... Anyways, yeah, so that's, and if you wanted to create something for this game, then you totally could. So right now, all we have essentially is this, so I'll just play it. I haven't played it really for a second. You guys can hear the Darth Vader. Oh yeah, the Darth Vader is quiet for you guys, but not for me. So, anyways, this bot's gonna attack me, hopefully. Please, attack me. We gotta make him a little bit more aggressive. I just gotta punch him first and make him mad, or what? Okay. I don't know, he's not attacking me, but that's fine. So yeah, this is all we got. We got basic AI. We just made this pickup today. We got our big bad boss in there, right? We do have some air attacking, but it's gotta get refined heavily. He's gonna die. I think. There we go. Oh man, that sound effect is boss. Where'd you find that tier? That's awesome. Anyways, so he dies. Did want him to blow up in this stream, but we haven't gotten there yet, so... Anyways. A boss battle for a community-built game. Yeah, pretty much. The import broke a lot of stuff. It just broke 2 things. It's all good. Twisted Line Games, welcome. Yes, we are making a community game, so... Anyways, we did this, and then I have to override it somewhere. You set it in one of your things here. Basically, I'm just going through David's system. He's done some what's the word? Documentation, because obviously you want to communicate how your system works to the rest of your team so that they can add to it or build off of it or whatever the case is. So you said, make sure your parent classes are correct, blah, blah, blah. Don't do it. You probably said don't do anything here. And make sure it's based off enemy base. Copy that. Okay. How to implement boss blocking, how to implement... yeah, so we'll work on that, I guess. We'll maybe pick this up next stream, David, just because it'll be good when we have some animations for the boss. We already have 3 animations, Ed, just so you know, for the boss I just saw. We have idle, and then we have... Here, I'll just simulate the game so we can see it. So we got idle, we have attack. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, that's badass. just sucks it right in for a big laser beam attack. That's super awesome. Okay, and then we got a jump. Oh, is that how he enters? That's cooler than the frickin' door, dude. Why is TV Tom in the door? That is nonsense. He's got to enter like that for sure. Or maybe he blows up the, like, you know, blows the top off this thing and then like flies in and lands right here. That would make you shit your pants, hey? So good. Alright, anyways. Yeah, so we'll implement this boss AI thing next stream, I think, when we can get some animations going for this guy. Tier says, I fixed the health and shield. Those things should be depleting. I have to check it out today and see what happened. Yeah, no worries, okay. Is it like multi-people jam project or something? Yeah, like Ed just said in the chats here. Or in the chat. Basically, yeah, it's if you are a sovereign member, you get access to the Discord, sorry, pardon me, to the what is this called? Revision control, so you can access the project directly, but if you wanted to, like, you know, Ed's a sovereign member, but he, you know, was an animator for 25 years, so he just went in and made some animations and then gave us the animations and we just put them into the project, so, like, that's fine. If you want to do something like that, if you wanted to create a mesh, like, Tier just went ahead and made this, I gave him I just literally put this in the project today, this, what is it called? Where is it? Let me pull it up. Sorry, blueprints, pickups, sorry, I put it in UI, right? UI, assets. I just put this in here today. And then he took that and then I guess, I'm assuming gave it to some sort of AI thing and then it just made a static mesh for us, so that's freaking awesome. So, nice! Alright, anyways. Let's work on making the robot go boom, right? When he dies. So, let's finish this up by going to... Well, we opened up... Where is he? The bottling. So we'll close all these data assets. We don't need those. We don't need that. We don't need TV Tom at the moment and any of this stuff here. So, can I delete that, by the way, David? Characters, enemies, AI... Enemy boss. Can I delete this? I should be able to, because it has nothing in it, but I'll just do it. Cool. So, what was I going to say? Right, we're going to make bottling blow up and die, so when he dies. So, we're going to do that with our health component, because we made a event dispatcher for on death. So, we're going to add on death. We are going to delay... Actually, we'll set a timer. Set timer by events, right? And we'll wait a second or something like that, and we'll just do it once. What are we calling this? Custom events, and we'll just say blow up, right? Destroy bottling, I guess. Okay, and yeah, so we are gonna first spawn system, right? System at location, and we will get actor location. Plug into location here. The system, do we have a... We don't have a... Oh, we have a bot death. I recall doing this in the enemy base, didn't I? Yeah, we did do this. Okay, so set state is dead, set simulate physics. play montage. Spawn sound attached. Nice. So we threw that sound in there. Death, random sound. Good, good. Right. We couldn't get this to work. Let's delete this and let's whoops, not that though. So this will be the default behavior for everybody, right? So we disable all this stuff, set them as dead, disable their collision, blah, blah, blah. That'll be the same for everybody. For the botling specifically. Sorry, what happened there? Override, yeah, whatever. This will right-click, get a call to our parent function, which we can't. That's lame. So, F this then. We'll just create a custom... We got a custom... Destroy botling, so we'll call that... Let's rename this to destroy... destroy... What do you call it? Enemy, I guess. So then we can call that in our enemy base. I'm dumb. Sorry, everybody. Got to put that in the parent so that we can override this. There we go. And then, yeah, we'll just leave this event blank over here. And then we can override it here in the child. There we go, okay. Events, destroy enemy. There we go. Okay, so the system, the bot death, sure, right? And then, of course... I was just thinking about the timer by events. So set timer by events. And then we'll do 1 second. Sorry, I'm just thinking on the fly here. Then we'll create events. Then we will select that function, destroy enemy. There we go. Okay, that's all clean now. Do we have to... Actually, I don't know the answer to this, personally. Do you guys know? For the set timer by event, I know we gotta clear and invalidate timer by handle, but do you have to do that only if it's looping? Do you know what I mean? So, because if we do, then we have to bring this over here and clear it, right? Jeez, where are my fingers there? Clear, set, you know, blah, 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 right? And then, of course, in the bottling, now we'll have to get a call to parent function because we need that to actually happen, right? Perfect, okay. Only if it's looping, okay. Yeah, let's test that out. Let's not do this in this parent graph and see if it works, right? Okay, so there's that auto-destroy pooling method pre-call check. Sure, that all looks super great. And then we can't destroy the actor yet because we have to spawn actor from class. And it's going to be the battery, right? Spawn transform, get actor transform. Plug that in. And that should be good. And then we can destroy the actor. And then on event end play, which should be... let's get rid of this. We don't have anything in here that we need to destroy necessarily. Compile. It should clean it up. Let's look in the enemy base. Do we have anything? We have a reference to the enemy controller. That's fine. As long as we don't reference, as long as the controller doesn't reference us, then we should be good. But, okay. We're gonna try to kill our guy, and then, we're gonna see if he drops, if our thing spawns, and then if, a battery spawns in his place. Jesus, that's loud. I wish he would attack me. There we go. Oh, I thought he was coming to attack me. Cool, so... Was I overlapping with it already? Was that the case? So yeah, let's... Couldn't access... Oh, frick's sakes. So what happened there was... We have to go back to the battery, or I'm sorry, back to the, data asset. The reason it didn't spawn is because... Pickup class. Because this needs to be instance editable. Okay? So we're gonna exposed on spawn, because if it's not exposed on spawn when we do exactly what we did in here, which is spawn actor of class, it doesn't have a data asset to read all the stuff from. Okay, so we'll hit save, we'll refresh this, there's our pickup data, and we'll say DA battery, which... I mean, at this point, can we just hard-code that pickup data in the frickin' thing, right? I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Keep it modular, I guess. For now. Yeah, right now, we don't even need that, so let's go to pickup class. Pardon me, this one here. BP pickup base. Pickup class, sure, whatever. There's our data asset done. Okay, so this should work now. And that explosion's pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll go and beat him up. There he is. There's the... we should probably enable gravity on that, hey? Which means that the overlap sphere will have to be the root. Because that has to be what simulates physics, right? So... Simulate physics, and where's gravity? Enable gravity. Okay, so let's have a look at that.
You are not welcome here. I must dispatch you now.
That's cool. I like it, but at the same time, I just want it to literally... what's it called? Like, fall to the ground. But not, like, necessarily simulate physics. You know what I mean? So, alright, let's... I'll fix the sound effects so they aren't so overwhelming. Alright, yeah, sounds good, man. That's what exposed on spawn means? Dang. Oh, yeah, man, that's what exposed on spawn means. Yeah, instance editable means that you can, you know, if I got... So here's one here, right? You know, let's do what I just did in the video here. So pick up class. Let's, I was just thinking about doing something better, actually. So, we'll go to the construction scripts. This, just so you guys know, this should get probably removed before we ship the game, right? So we'll get our game mode. And we'll check and see if it's valid. Just because we'll have stuff loaded into memory for no reason. Right, but this is just to help us out so we can see some stuff. So then we'll get our pickup data, get our mesh, and then we will blocking load, because you can't use async inside of this because it's latent action. And then we'll cast to static mesh. And then we will set our static mesh. And then we are going to set material. And it's going to be... I'll find it in here. Unless I make one. Shit, let's make one. Static meshes, I'll make it in here. New material, and we'll call this M underscore editor item material. Open up. Okay, base color will be this, and the alpha will be this. And this will be not opaque, it'll be... is it alpha composite? No. Let's say additive, and let's do, yeah, let's do surface. Okay, we'll do that. Now we can go back to our pickup class, and we can add that m underscore editor material. Okay, save that, compile, there we go. So now we can see our item, right, in our game. So yeah, going back to what Echo Entertainment was saying, so yeah, when you select instance editable, which we've done for this pickup data, that means that, you know, this is now, we have 2 instances of this blueprint, and we can edit this on each one, and they can retain their own data between, we only have 1 right now, but if we had 15 different data assets, we can choose a different data asset for this one on the right, and the one on the left would have a completely different data asset. So that's what instance editable means. Yeah, exposed on spawn just means that when you spawn the actual blueprint in, like we've done in the bottling here, it'll appear here as an option for you to select something, right? So, for example, I'm just trying to think of another example, where that would, well, Tarkov's actually a good example, right? Because we would, we exposed the item type on spawn, right? For, when we're creating our components, so our component knew exactly what item type, or what grid type, pardon me, it was, because you could plug that in right away, right? So, then that way it made it modular, and we didn't have to change it, every single time, right? So, yeah, that's where, expose on spawn comes in handy. Great job, guys, exciting stuff, especially since it's being built like this. Yeah, exactly, man. Also, David's theory, or David was correct again on this thing, where we don't need to clear and invalidate the timer if we don't loop. So that's freaking awesome. Good to know. I didn't know that. I learn new stuff every day too, just like you guys, right? Doesn't matter how long you are in Unreal, or, you know, yeah, even if you're doing Unreal for like 20 years, like the engine's going to evolve and change, you know, as fast, if not faster, than you are learning stuff. So it's always important to make sure that we, keep learning new stuff, and you know, don't stop thinking that you know everything, right? Or don't start, sorry. David said, do we want to despawn the loot after a certain time? Yes, we do. For the battery specifically, I don't think we will do that, because we're going to do something. The reason we made a battery its own thing is because we have specific things where... Where's the battery? Sorry, yeah, what we wanted to do is we wanted the battery to automatically come to us, right? So here's what we're going to do. AAA, who I haven't seen in the Discord for a while, so hopefully he can come back here, one of our mods. But anyways, so we're going to go to blueprints, pickups, static meshes. No, sorry, where is it? Yeah, BP battery. We're going to go in here, and we're going to add a second... Do we need a second static mesh? We don't, actually. What we're going to do is, on event begin play, we're going to do a set timer by events. And here's what we're going to do. So, yeah, so I'll lay out what I'm thinking. So, we're going to add a delay. So, which is going to be there's a thing here called... initial starting delay, so we'll do that for like 3 seconds. Okay. Starting delay variance, you know, we'll do 0.5. So, you know, it'll either be 3.5 or 2.5 or whatever the case is. Okay, so you can delay the start timer by event from happening, which is great, which is what we want. Then we're going to have a custom events, and we're going to do, you know, the interp node, basically. Okay, so the time here is going to be, I like 0.5 personally. I think it's a good number for movement stuff. Okay, could you do this on tick? Sure, you could do this on tick if you wanted, but I mean, we got an event here, a set timer by event here, and it's only going to run until the actor gets destroyed, so it's not a big deal. We're gonna t interp, or let's say let's say v-interp to player. Okay, so every 0.05 seconds after our delay is over, we're going to move our blueprint battery to go to the player. Okay, so we need to do a couple of things here. So I think... hang on. We got to get a reference to the player. And this is going to be... We're going to do a co-op-y multiplayer thing later, so perhaps... Let's do this. Let's make a function, and we'll call find nearest pawn. So we got to find the nearest player to basically, what's it called? To warp to, right? So we will draw... Let's draw a sphere. Sorry, I guess we got a line, a sphere trace. Let's sphere trace by channel. Let's sphere trace by object. Actually, this is something different that people don't normally do. Line trace by for objects. Okay, so the start is going to be, we're going to get actor location, which is the this battery. Okay, and the end will be... How big do we want to make this? Sorry, I said line trace and I want sphere trace. Sorry, guys. Sphere trace for objects. We're just going to plug this into both. Okay, and then radius will say... Oh, 500, I guess. Object types, we're going to make array, and we're going to select pawn. Okay. Actors to ignore, obviously self, which is right here, so we don't need to worry about that, and that should be good. Okay, so out hits, we're gonna break this, and of course we'll add a return value here. We'll get a branch, so when we do hit something, we'll actually do this, not every single time. Hit actor, we're gonna cast to pawn to verify that it's... Or sorry, we'll cast to... Do we want to... Yeah, sorry, we want to cast a pawn. And then we'll get a player state. We'll just confirm it's a player, not anything else, right? Get player states. Right-click, convert to validate gets. Is this a player state? If it is, super cool. Because then we can add it to our abilities thing, which will be in our player state anyway, right? So that'll work great for converting that later. But anyways, we're going to take the pawn... And we're gonna cache that. So we'll promote this to a variable. And we'll just say targeted pawn. And then we'll call an event that we're gonna make, or either an event or run or another function. Okay, this is all coming to me now. Screw this being on event begin play. Let's make a custom event here. Custom event, well, let's call it, move to pawn. We can get rid of this start delay. Whoops. Just gotta push 0 there. Okay, and we'll do looping. And now we'll create the function... Where was that? Find nearest pawn. Now we'll call this move to pawn. And we have target upon cache there, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's go back to the event graph, and let's make another function called... I already called the v-interp to player an event, so let's do interp move interp move, sure, why not? Okay, so let's get a v-interp node. Shit, sorry. V-interp to Let's... Do you want to do constant? Let's do constant instead. vinterp constant, so it's a constant speed and it doesn't have an ease in and ease out. And then we need to get our actor's location. Okay, and then our target is going to be our targeted pawn's world location, or current, sorry, actor location. There we go. Delta time, as I explained in a couple of videos, is our tick, basically, to make sure that, sorry, get world delta seconds. This is going to make sure that this happens in the same amount of physical time instead of our frame rates, based on our frame rate. A terp speed, how... Let's say, and remember, this is going to be how many times... So if our current transform is 100 units away from the player, then if we put in 10, that's going to be every time that this node is called, it's going to add 10 from our actor's location towards our target. Okay? And then, of course, we are going to set our actor location. And in previous videos, I have a target reached and all this other shit. It's not going to really matter because when we reach our target, we're going to overlap with them and then we're going to get destroyed. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal here. So I'll get a return node and we'll hit compile. Then we'll go to the event graph and we'll call that right here. Okay. And then when we overlap, cast a pawn, get their player state, destroy actor, let's add a particle effect or something. Spawn system at location, and let's set it as our targeted pawn's actor location. Okay, and system jump pad is what we'll do. This is going to be awesome, everybody. And then we'll spawn a sound at location as well. Sorry, I saw spawn sound attached. We're gonna do that one instead. Spawn sound attached. I lied. Let's not do that one. Spawn sound, or spawn. Is it just play sound? Yeah, play sound at location. The sound. Let's see what we got here. I thought I do have a... interesting stuff. What does this sound like?
In this next step, we'll do some...
Okay, in this next step, we'll do some interesting stuff. Laser pull, laser push, leave, simulates. Sure, why not? We'll do the same location here as well. Okay, let's have a look here and see what happens. And see some comments here. Oh, I need this for my game. It will be awesome. So, we better think ahead and replicate things accordingly. Yes, 100%. Dude, I wish I would have known how to do this. Would have made my stuff so much more modular. Oh, man, yeah, it's, I mean, if you're fresh still and Unreal, I mean, shit, you learn new shit every day, right? So, is a soft could work. Yeah, but again, like I explained in my, casting video, like, are you talking about casting to the pawn? Because I mean, that's a C++ class and it costs basically nothing to cast to. So, is a soft is this is how is a soft should be used before I get too deep into this. Where's pickup class? Yeah. So here's how it should be with a soft reference. Is a I can't remember. Is a soft. Where is it? There it is. Right? So, but that's for class object. Yeah. So you could do that. Right? Is a soft reference. It doesn't necessarily load it, but we're just checking to see if it's part of this class. Right? So this is supposed to be used to check if it's a soft reference if this is the class that it's a part of, right? Because if you cast to it, or, well, first of all, you have to load it before you can cast to it, but if you cast to it, you're going to load it into memory. You might not necessarily need it. You might just need to check, hey, is this a part of this class, right? So that's when you'd use is a soft. But yeah, for casting, like we're casting a static mesh. I mean, static mesh is already loaded. We already have a component in here that's a static mesh, right? So that and that's a C++ class as well. So that costs you nothing, right? Yeah, for casting, all you got to watch out for is when you're casting to it, you're adding a dependency to this blueprint, which again we already have one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so just keep an eye on those dependencies. You don't want to cast. Create a circular dependency. We don't want the bottling to cast to the battery, and then the battery to also cast back to the bottling, because then it won't get cleaned up by garbage collection, because it'll look at, so say your battery gets deleted or destroyed, it'll get flagged for deletion. Garbage collection will come in and look at the battery and say, oh, hang on, we can't delete this because it has a reference to the bottling, and the bottling has listed this as a dependency as well. So then it won't delete the battery. It'll just hang out in your memory. We don't like that, okay? All right, sorry, let's test this out here. You know what? Sorry, I gotta fix two things. Well, I gotta fix this too. Battery static mesh power cell has collision enabled, but is set to query. We don't need collision on the battery cell. So let's pick up class static mesh. No collision, because it's gonna be what's it called? Yeah, my brain. It's gonna be a parent to that, so it's not gonna go anywhere. We'll hit compile. What was the other thing I had to fix? The material. So on events, begin play for, because I did this in the construction script. Yes, I did. So events on event begin play. We'll load our asset again. Set static mesh, set material. Material? Why is this hard? Is it, oh, because I have to get static mesh. Sorry, static. Oh, did I say get material? I see. Fuck, I'm dumb. Set material. Right? There we go. Okay, I had context sensitive off because I was looking for the is a soft before. Anyways, the material is the one we had, which I can't remember the freaking name of it. Sorry, why is this so hard for my brain to process right now? This guy right here. World grid material, so funny. Okay, so it'll be that guy. So we'll hit compile. Now that'll fix that. So we'll hit play. That is super interesting. That they just didn't appear. Pickup class, battery, static mesh. Oh, I see. So this should be... Let's have this block all. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. These fell through the map, that's what happened. There they are. Cool, well that screwed some things up, didn't it? Let's do custom. The pawn it will overlap with, because that's the only thing we actually care about. Everything else it could be blocked and pushed around, or whatever the case is. So now overlap with it, that event will fire. It'll get destroyed. Right? Can you stop dodging my punches, buddy? Nice, except, Oh, I see. I see. I'm dumb. I just overrode those in the child, didn't I? Yeah, that's no collision, overlap sphere, collision enabled. Yeah, I did that in the... So here, I'll reset that back to the default, whatever it was in the parents, and then I'll go back to the pickup class and do that. Sorry, everybody. Because, yeah, it spawned in the base class, obviously, right? And we will say block all, but custom, and then we'll say pawn overlap, compile. And what we really want to do is try... I feel like I did something else incorrect as well. We didn't call this event find nearest pawn. let's call this find nearest pawn on event begin play. I don't really use this no much, so I want to see how it works. Set timer by function name. Function name is, I'll just FF. Fine, yeah. So here I'll copy this and then I'll do this. So let's say every second, and we'll loop this. And then, do we need to worry about that? Because once we destroy the actor, I mean, I don't know if the timer. Yeah, you know what? It does need to get cleared because I believe the timer manager, which is a part of the world, so one of the world subsystems, it'll still tick, even if we've destroyed the actor. So I think we do have to do this. Because yeah, timers are not a part of Tick. It's got its own separate manager that's manages those. That's why a lot of people were like, "Oh, use Tick use timers instead of Tick." That's generally what they mean. Sometimes they just I heard one time that timers are better than Tick. That's why, because obviously there is a reason for it. They just didn't know what the reason was. Okay, let's test this out now. That's... they should be coming towards me. Right? So unless I didn't do that right. Oh yeah, and this is in the battery as well. So yeah, those ones should be coming near me here. Let's see. Yeah, battery 2, hit play. This did fire. Where's find nearest? Yeah, find nearest pawn. Is this firing? It is. And are we tracing our sphere? Let's what's it called? Get out of modeling mode. And then let's show collision. Or sorry, you know what? Let's cancel this. Access none. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Let's add a debug trace here as well. Debug sphere trace. I'm just thinking, do we need... N shouldn't matter. Yeah, N shouldn't matter. So radius 500. Segments 12, line color, let's make it like red so we can see it or whatever. Duration, we'll say every second because it'll be different every second anyway. Thickness, 3. And then we'll plug into this. Okay, let's hit play. So, yes, as soon as I step in here, it should move towards me. He's not going to attack me, so I'm not going to worry about it. So yeah, you can see over here that this is successfully going through, but it's saying that my player state's not valid. Is that because, oh, you know what, that's probably because my player state is not the default one. Right, so let's just put a breakpoint here for a sec. Player state unknown. Oh, shit, okay, well, of course, yeah, it's overlapping with the fucking bottling. Asshole. So, in this case, why don't we, let's multi-sphere trace instead then. Multi-sphere trace for objects, because then we can trace multiple objects, and if it just happens to be the bottling or whatever the fuck, then we can continue on our way. So this is going to say, we have to get a for each loop here now. Let's move this over. And we'll move this over, we'll plug this in here, plug this in here. And then as soon as we find somebody, we're going to have to hit a return node so we can stop this, right? Because we want to find the first pawn, right? And then get the hell out of there. So that'll be great. This works, so we're just going to delete this. This is going to be start and end. Radius will be 500. And object types. Sure. Okay. All right. Can you, let's see here. Hey, Robin, how's it going? It's good. It's good. Context. So hang on, I'm just getting into some comments that I missed here. Comments are popping, everybody. Because they're super talkative today. Haven't done one of those in a minute. But anyways, so we got that. Does it have a behavior tree? Oh, probably. Yeah, we can look at that later. Great job. Yeah, I read all that. It must be so many comments coming in. I love it. Must be satisfying to punch a drone out of the air, dude, right? It's friggin' awesome. We're probably gonna fight nav mesh so that on the mesh we have to check if the can ever is not subscribed to the E nav mesh. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just auto turn off expose on spawn wherever I make something instance editable. I just didn't know why I did. Oh, I see. TG, yeah, we did that. You're talking about despawning stuff. Better think ahead and plan for replication. Attach might cut off the audio of the if the actor is destroyed. Yes, that's a good point. Brian Mayberry. And I never used that function name one. To be fair, neither have I. I've always just used the other one, but yeah, we made a function for it, so might as well just do that. I mean, shit, we probably could have even done that for the other one too, right? The this one. Set timer by event. Instead of doing that, just literally call by function name, because if that's all we're doing, right? Why don't we, well, first of all, let's make sure it works, because I'm pretty sure it should work now. We just hit the breakpoint on the other screen because the botling overlap with those things.
I must dispatch you now.
They're still not coming to me. Let's see what's happening. So we're returning back the targeted pawn, which of course we can't see because why would we be able to do that? Let's open the blueprint debugger and go to the BP batteries. Where are you? Nope, up here. Targeted pawn, combat player. Oh, okay, it worked. I guess we gotta modify that jump pad. Let's do that, because we don't need it to, like, spawn and stay there. Where do we do that? Down, vent graph, down here somewhere. Jump pad. Let's duplicate that, and we'll call it item gained. Alright, this one, there should be a looping thing on here somewhere. Once. Is that it? Oh yeah, loop duration, yeah, we don't care about that. It can even be shorter than this. Let's do 1. Yeah, I don't even care about the base. Like, we could delete the base and just do that, right? What color should we do? Green for battery? Something like that? Yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. Can we play a sound in here? I'm not familiar with Niagara myself, but can we do add a... Item gains bands? Or do you do it in here? Sorry, again, I'm not familiar with Niagara yet. I know how to, like, manipulate stuff to the point where I can do stuff, but I've never actually, like, made my own stuff. I don't know if you can, probably in here, no, not stage. Emitter spawn, render particle effects, particle spawn. Mesh renderer. Sound? No. Alright, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can play, we're playing a sound at our location anyway, so. Anywho's, yeah, let's do that one instead. Item gained. And the location, get actor location, that got our, like, the middle of our thing. But we want to get kind of the bottom. So let's get our targeted pawn and let's get... Oh, the route would be the same as the actor location, would it not? Let's... Whatever, that's fine. We'll keep it at that. We'll fix it later. But, okay, so we got that. We got that. So that should be good. Look at some comments here. Where are we here? Can you not utilize implements interface? I mean, there's no point, because, where are we here? Sorry, I never use function. You need to clear them when you're done, no? Are you talking about... sorry, I'm looking at triple X S. You need to clear them when you're done. No, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but, let me know what you mean, and then I'll answer that. Sphere trace for objects already has a draw debug on it. Yeah, you're right. Fuck, that was dumb. The enum second from the bottom. Yes. Yeah. So Robin says, can you not utilize implements interface? Well, I don't have anything with interfaces on them. Are you talking about specifically because we are casting? Because yeah, this is working exactly as I wanted it to, right? Because if we just put this off to the side and we hit play, you'll notice that this is firing off, but it's not getting through because this here is a pawn as well, like the botling, but he doesn't have a player state, so that's not affecting him. But as soon as I go in there, now it's going through because I'm in there, right? So it's cycling through all the pawns. It's multi-sphere trace by object. It's finding all the pawns, and then anytime it has finds one with a player state, it's going to return that that's the nearest player, right? So that's exactly how I wanted it to be set up. I don't think using an interface in this regard is necessary, to be honest. And then this will create a hard reference. Well, I mean, we have a targeted pawn here anyway. Like, this isn't going to create a hard reference to anything because the pawn's a C++ class, so you can't create a hard reference to that, right? Because remember in my casting video, let's go to blueprints, pickups. So this is the battery. So if I open up the battery size map right now, we have the Niagara effect, which probably should be a soft reference of some variety. And then when we cast to the pawn, we can load it in or something like that. Anyways, we got pickup class, we got object pickup, we got all this kind of stuff. We have nothing in here regarding the pawn, right? But if I were to cast to, here, we'll change this cast to our player, right? Cast to BP combat player base. Where is it? I don't see. Is it something base? I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, whatever. We'll do character just for just to showcase. So we're gonna cast to our combat character instead. Hit compile, close that size map, and I'll reopen it now. Now we have our combat character in there. Now it's 77 megabytes, right? So if you're casting to C++ classes, it doesn't add any extra weight. It's already it's already loaded, right? So get rid of that. Cast to the pawn. Right? So yeah, a lot of people don't like to cast just because it creates hard references. I mean, yeah, C++ classes are fine, right? So compile, what else we got here? And interfaces, you can create hard references as well if they're outputs. If they have outputs pointing to a blueprint, you can still create hard references with interfaces. Okay, so... in fact, if the overlap is owned by the server, it should be the only one doing the check. Yes. And yeah, and obviously player state's replicated. This variable is replicated by default in the pawn, so that's great as well. Looking specifically for the type in example, instead of checking pawn and player state, do one check for an interface. Yeah, but yeah, again, it costs basically nothing, right? So, and this happens every second or something like that, right? So, yeah, all this is doing is refining our hit actor to be the pawn class, right? So it's essentially negligible. So it's not that doing an interface check is not going to get us any benefit because, like I said, at the end we have to still make sure that we have to get our player state anyway from our targeted pawn because we need to. Whoops, I got to plug that in because we need to add it to our abilities bar and stuff later, right? So, which is going to be in our player state. Stuff checking. I read that one. Gonna have to run out. Yeah, Ed's gonna have to run out. Sounds good. No worries. Your C++ side is always fighting the blueprint logic. Oh, is that right? Do you have any dual operator? Do you have any advice for someone who's getting overwhelmed with all the subsystems in the blueprints? I mean, I don't necessarily have any advice for that, but is there any specific system you're getting overwhelmed with, or is it just all of them, I guess? Because all a subsystem is it's a system inside of C++, a part of the, I don't know if I can't make one in blueprints, unfortunately, but the world's subsystem, yeah, you can't do it in blueprints. But yeah, you can make a new C++ class, which will say all classes, and then you can say world subsystem, right? So you can create a world subsystem which lives inside of this, right, as a child, and then you can create a system in there. So I did for my for Lost in Time, I did my building system as a subsystem. So now I can just access it by right-clicking and get building subsystem, and then all the things and all that's related to my building system is inside that one node. So yeah, that's the benefits of having subsystems. But yeah, in the case of getting overwhelmed by them, yeah, I'm not sure which one exactly you're talking about. But anyways, I gotta get off here shortly, so I'm just gonna make sure that we can get this to work. So it should be moving towards me, but it's not. But this works, right? That looks awesome, actually. That looks freaking super awesome. I like that. But it's yeah, it's not moving towards me, so I did something wrong in here in the bottling. Spawn, yeah, that works. That's perfect. Not the bottling, I'm sorry, the battery. Moved pawn. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. So this should be firing and moving us closer to our actor. Set actor location. Get actor location. Get the target pawn location. Get all that. Yeah, that should all be working. Let's see if we can get figure out what's going on here. Debugging, part of game development. I'm just gonna super jump in here, I guess. Okay, so that's firing, right? So that's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. But it's not, for some reason, working. So let's look at the blueprint debugger to start, which is right here. Let's look at this. Let's look at, so we got the target pawn is us. We have, is there any other variables in here that we can check? We don't. So let's look at the actor location, which will be down at the bottom here somewhere. Where are you? Initial. Why can't I see the goddamn root components? I'll search it, I guess. Say location. We got the relative location. Did one... Oh, see, it is moving. It's just doing it really slow. So 10 is too low, is the problem. So let's do 100. Let's see what that does.
You are not welcome here. I must dispatch you now.
Okay, that is significantly better. So let's do... This is going to be probably a little choppy. We'll have to update the amount of time. Let's even do 1,000. Like, let's just see what that looks like. Because I kind of want it to be a little bit fast, personally. I'm sure you guys will feel the same, right? Because that, like, whippity-whip to me, right? So, how about instead of this, let's do, let's do 10 again, but let's increase the actual timer time. So let's do, if we do 0.0033, I believe that's every frame, so that'll be great. We'll see how choppy this looks.
You are not welcome.
It's pretty choppy, that's, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, what do you guys think? Looks super janky, yeah, 100%. Up that speed. I'm at 2 months in, so my question might be a little underdeveloped. Yeah, subsystems, like I was saying, you can only make them in C++, but it just basically exposes something in blueprints. That's not its only, obviously, cause. Subsystems are just like a contained system that's part of the engine, but it can only be made in C++. But, like, for example, if what subsystems do we have? Yeah, so here's all the subsystems in here, right? So these are all made in C++, and they've been exposed to blueprints so that we can just get, you know, any of these that we need, right? So, for example, yeah, get enhanced local, like our input, right? So, obviously for this we need to get our player controller. God damn it. And plug that in. But yeah, so we got our player controller, now we got access to all the input related stuff, right? So that's all a subsystem is. It's nothing too crazy. It's dropping frames, I think. I think so too. I think it's hitching, 100%. I think it's the physics causing it. Maybe turn it off. Yes. Let's do that. You can't just drop it with gravity without simulating physics, right? Or am I dumb? I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'm going to disable physics, and I'm going to move these, like, up top here. So they... Right? Or one of them, anyway. And then we'll hit play. Yeah, and it's stuck up there. That's what I thought. So yeah, you can't simulate gravity without simulating physics. So... I mean, we could simulate physics, and then turn it off once it's on the ground. I guess. Is that the best way to do it, though? Or we could do this, actually. What's probably happening as well is, where's the tick? Right here. Let's do post physics on this pickup class, and let's see if it looks jank now. I mean, that does look like, yeah, it's still jank. So this is for the AI controller. Yeah, we'll deal with that next stream. Let's see. We got overlap start. That's fine. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do sim physics, and then once it hits the ground, we can unsim physics? Because we're trying to avoid what happened when we killed the botling, right? When we killed the botling, by the way, we should make him drop the battery, I just realized. Where is he? Yeah, because we have the pickup class. Let's just do the battery specifically, because we have all of this specific logic inside the battery. Oh no, who's editing stuff in the diversion? Save that. Put play. I'll lure the... Whoops, the bottling over here. Yeah, here's what we're trying to avoid, because the bottling is... Unless we just do a line trace and just snap it to the ground. That's another option. He's gonna blow up, and I already must have overlapped with that thing, hey? Because I was right on top of him when he died, so access done, trying to retargeted pawn. In the battery spawn system. That must have been the one we just destroyed then. Huh. That's some other areas we gotta figure out, but yeah, get this bottling over here and we'll beat him up some more. And I'll try to when he dies, try to not be underneath him. Yeah, there. So that's what we're trying to avoid. I tried to avoid that being in the ground, or being in the air, I guess. So yeah, let's maybe draw a line trace when it spawns in, and make it and snap it to the ground, or move it to the ground possibly. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't think you can, but you can turn off physics after it's dropped. Yeah, we could. I don't know. I think physics is causing it. Yeah, we do that. We can check if it's hitting a surface and then set the physics off. Physics is pretty heavy on the engine, so thinking about all the batteries that might be in the world, that would be pretty heavy, I think. I think doing it with the line trace would be a better move, to be honest. So let's do it in the pickup class. So on event begin play. Let's do it here. We'll call an event. We'll make another event called custom and just say ground check. Okay, and then we'll call that at the end after our material's been loaded in our static mesh. Right? Because we don't want to do it when it's not loaded in. That doesn't make any sense. So we'll do ground check. We'll do a line trace by channel. The starting position, of course, we'll get our actor location. And then we'll just get our actor's location and we'll just add in the Z direction. Let's say, is that going to be negative, by the way? Checking. Viewports, static mesh. That will be in the negative direction. So copy that. So we'll say negative 300, I guess. For now. Visibility channel, sure, whatever. If we... Actors to ignore. All? Right? Yeah. Actors to ignore. Let's say pawns. So we'll say we'll make array. And we'll whoops. Never mind. Or should we do object? Let's do object types instead. So line trace by object or whatever. Line trace for objects. And we're going to do a world static and world dynamic as well. Okay, those are the ones we're doing. All right, perfect. That'll work awesomely. And then when we hit something, we're going to break this. We're going to get the hit. Sorry, let's get the impact point and let's do we have that function name? Get pickup amount? No, we don't. Reload the chat. It went down. It went down. Let's see. This is crazy so much someone use Unreal casually like it's an LG dishwasher. True line trace, probably the best. On my rig, Chaos can only handle like 15 cubes before it starts to get FPS drops. Yeah, right? Dude knows his stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Tier, great stream, bro. I gotta go now, but you have a great one the rest of your weekend. Tier, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're almost done this, and then I'm gonna get off myself. So, because I promised to Zero we're gonna be playing some games here. So, anyways, the hits impact point is what we want. We are then gonna grab. We'll do another function, I think. Because we're in the event graph right now. So let's do another function and just call it... You know what? Actually, let's delete this function. Let's cut the function in the battery. F interp move. Let's make this, instead of the targeted pawn, let's delete this. Let's put this in here. Oh shit, we can't do this. I was thinking about doing function, set timer by function name. but that would change some stuff up. But I can make this generic enough. Target as actor. Yeah, I can make this more generic, actually. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to plug this in as a input right here, and the interp speed as well. Okay, compile, and then set actor location. So this is now I'm gonna cut this and put it in the parents. Sorry, it's in use. Let's see, event graph. Yes, we're gonna delete that. Now we'll cut it. Then we'll put it in the parent class. Paste function. Perfect. Okay, now I can call that inside of the BP battery. F interp move. There it is. Okay, and then I can paste those other things I had, or which I actually deleted, so I cut over it. Get actor location. Plug that in. The interp we decided was 10 for now, but we'll probably change it. And then target was the targeted pawn's location. Right there. Compile. That's perfect. And now we can go back to our pickup class, and we can do interp move right here. But except we were going to do whatever it was called. Set timer by function name. See, this is where I was confused now. We probably can't do this because these exist. If it was just a function with no inputs, it'd be different. You know what I mean? So, set timer by event then. And we'll do that every frame until it hits the end there. Custom events called find ground, I guess. Or sorry, move to ground. And they'll plug this in. We'll get our actor's location. And we will get the impact points as the target. And the interp speed, let's do 10 again, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so we turned physics off, so that should improve the jitteriness for sure. But it probably was too high, that one, to be honest. This isn't... Oh, it is moving. Why is it so jittery? That doesn't make any sense to me. Huh. Maybe 10 is still too low for this. Let's do 100, I guess. Actually, yeah, let's do 100. Let's see what that looks like. And let's make... What's 500 units? Let's go to right. Let's find the... What's it called? Sorry, the outliner. Battery 1, where are you? You're here. Where's the floor? So how far away are you from the floor? Yeah, that line trace should be hitting, as we said 500, so... whoops, I'll leave that there. I'll go back to perspective. Is it moving? That's the ticket here. I don't think it is. Or did we call that events even? I'm pretty sure we did, right? Yeah, we loaded this in and then we do a ground check. And then the ground check we oh, I did 300. So I lied. Okay, but it's still not moving. Let's just move it super slow. Let's put a debug object on. It is firing off, I'm seeing over here. So let's have a look here. So we're going to get the actor's location, which is this, and it's not changing. Let's, where are we here? Let's draw a debug here. We'll say it's persistent, because I want to see where it's going. Is it going the wrong way, right? Okay, so did we find ground? We did find ground, but you're... Okay, you are moving. Just like super slow. Oh, he's coming to me now, though. But that does look significantly better. Right? I see. We didn't clear the timer. Is that what the issue is? So... we gotta check here if this actor's location equals this with a variance of like 1.5 maybe, we'll say. Okay. And if that's true, then we'll clear this timer. That was what was happening there. Clear and evaluate timer by handle. Perfect. Let's hit play. Okay, but again, those should be just going to the floor, but it's not.
You are not welcome here. I must dispatch you now.
I'm so confused. What is, and yeah, where's the blueprint debugger? Let's see here. It went through the ground. Yeah, of course. But this should be a static mesh. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Is this not... Let's go to, hit F8. Whoa, let's not hit F8. Sorry. There it is. I thought it was F8. Yeah, okay, there we go. Free camera. Yeah, it did hit. It's green. Did this one hit? Or, yeah, dude. Oh my god. Bros. A game of inches. Game of inches. We're like, this isn't working. But yeah, it's literally, you know, this'll fix it. There we go. Okay, that like snapped it to it, eh? So let's hit. Yeah, that snapped it to it. So 100's probably too big for that. I think, shit, where did we just set that? In the battery? No, in this. Set timer every frame, 100. Let's do one every, let's do that. Okay, that's super slow. Let's not do that. Let's do 10. Okay. Play. I mean, that's still snapped. That's okay. I think that's fine. Okay, so I'll stop that. I'll hit play. Let's, yeah, I think that that's acceptable. Okay, and then, looks like it cleared the timer on the other screen there. Can you die, bot? Yeah, that looks pretty good, eh? It's not bad. And then we get close enough to it, and yeah, it just kind of slowly moves towards me, hey? That's, we don't like that. We want it to be a little bit faster, but it's like, at the same time, it's like really jittery. I'm so confused. Did I check once per frame on... No, I didn't. I'm so confused why it's not... Or why it's jittery. Because it should just be getting our location and then moving it towards this location, but it shouldn't be this frickin' jittery. Yeah, and this will make it too slow, I suspect.
You are not welcome here. I must dispatch you now.
I wonder if, the rotating movement is playing a role. Yeah, because you can see it ticking over here in the call stack, right? Huh, that's super weird, because this should be smoothed out, hey? Let me get rid of this, and let me actually just do a... What's it called here? A v-interp, like the regular one, not the constant. And, this... Yeah, let's make this... 10. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's right. That's right, sorry. And then, yeah, we gotta set our... Set actor. Sorry, let's set world. Yeah, set actor location. Right? I mean, this should Well, that should smooth it out anyway.
You are not welcome here. I must
Huh. Interesting. Let me set that at 1 now, and let's see what happens. For interp speed, anyway. Okay, yeah, so the constant one was what the issue was. So maybe we actually change that in here for the interp move. Let's just change this to a constant. Pardon me, into a not constant, because we don't want constant speed, because that's making it look all dumb, so. And there we go. Compile, and then I can swap this out for the v-interp to player. Sorry, that's the event, sorry. Where's all the inherited functions, buddy? I guess not, then. Terp move? There we go. Not the event, fuck's sakes. Interp move. There we go. Okay, alright. We made that look all super nice, and it's nice and smooth. There's no more jittering. Sorry, I can delete that. This is going to be 1. There we go. Okay. There we go. So, we're, you know, here's a battery. Super cool. We'll get the batteries. The batteries will come to us. We'll, beat this robot up, and he'll drop a battery. And then it'll come to me. Oh, that looks pretty good, everybody. There's a bit of per frame hitching I can see here. You can see as I'm moving, it like every second it seems to be hitching a little bit. So that's something we'll have to figure out later. But yeah, it's definitely not anything to do with our batteries. So actually, hey, here's a good instance to look at our blueprint thing here, so we can get rid of location. So here's our 2 batteries. They got cleaned up pretty quick by garbage collection. Like, pretty much instantly. So that was pretty cool. That those got cleaned up that fast. Usually it takes, you know, 20 seconds or 30 seconds or something for garbage collection to come in, collect everything up, and get rid of it, right? So, but yeah, it was pretty much instantaneous. It did that. Alrighty, so, let's see, testing it while not recording. I didn't know. I just feel like something outside was causing it. The AI might be causing the hitches, just disable them for now. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll have to look into all that kind of stuff afterwards, right? Disable, sorry, I just deleted the AI boss because it's not ready yet. Oh, it's fine, yeah. It's not to worry. But anyways, yeah, that's the end of the stream, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me here. And, of course, you know, if you haven't checked out the latest videos, I did one for how to load properly, so you can check that out. If you have any video ideas and stuff, there's a channel for that inside the Discord. And if you are not a part of the Discord, make sure you join us. We got lots of great guys in there, so if you guys want to join or like work on this community game, by all means, you're open to. You can create some enemies or some meshes for the game or something like that. So there's a chat for that inside of the Discord as well, so you guys can communicate what's being worked on and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and you guys can keep learning until you game over. Peace.